92.5 CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
The pounding begins. The wagons are circled. Every wind is raidered. It's football time in America, and this republic has never been stronger. The Sportsocracy, Beer City's best sports talk, live from the Ingalls studio.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. We're seen everywhere on YouTube. Sportsocracy. Of course, you can get in on the conversation with us by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link. That way, when you subscribe, you can get into the chat, and you can get in on Threadbare Thursday.
Tank, did you just discover what I've been discovering in this studio for the last, 3 weeks?
What's that?
I think somebody's coming in here and lowering our microphone levels just to screw with me. We have a bird that's doing it, and the government is doing it to screw with me.
I don't know. Just, making sure that all the levels are level. I got to make sure that I'm a little higher than you are. Every day.
Yeah, well, you should actually probably make me a little lower and you a little higher so you can get a word in edgewise. At least according to the people that listen to this show. Mm-hmm. I have discovered that walking in here every morning for about the last month, I have full-on gone tinfoil hat that this is a conspiracy of some kind. I just don't know what the conspiracy is.
Well, I know it's not Miss Joanne because she is lovely. I love Miss Joanne. She's the woman who cleans up our studio every day and it does walk in here every day and goes, "What is that smell?" It's Jeremy. It's always Jeremy.
Today it's
Jeremy and his onions.
Today it's the new quesadilla from Taco Bell, which I cannot recommend highly enough.
And what is that? Cheesy Fiesta potatoes or something you have over there?
You know you order from Taco Bell a lot when instead of the little styrofoam container of Fiesta potatoes, they send it to you in a platter. The little love note that says, "Missed you, winky face, XOXO."
I was going to say, you didn't even ask for the large.
No, there's not a large.
Yeah. Wow. The same price?
Yeah.
Wow.
I am in their frequent buyers club. We meet at the Heart Tower at Mission once a week.
I was going to say, let me get out my nitro pills here. I'm going to have these at the ready so you can, just in case he needs them. I'm just going to set those right there because I feel like there might be an infarction in your future. Anyhow, welcome into the program, everybody. It is a Threadbare Thursday. It's also, a free-for-all Friday. We will not be with you tomorrow. We will be observing the Good Friday holiday.
We're also preempted by the Braves. So, I see what you tried to do there of make us sound like we're...
we're good boys.
What?
We're good boys. We try to play good. We want to be good. We try to play good.
One of these days, I'm going to run a simultaneous stream of the things you say in a break, and that will be debunked in one 3-minute commercial break.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we might as well just go ahead and start with this because we got a super chat already, and it's going right down the lines of where we're gonna lead off here. Yeah. It comes from Soaring Eagle. He says, Matt Miller, smoking Crimes Against Humanity. Crimes Against Humanity, not only a great card game to play with your drunken friends, but what is Crimes Against Humanity? That's got to be that's like the Gray Death. That's like the Elephant Myth.
That's a card game we played in college. The same premise as Cards Against Humanity, except you just yell the most convoluted, awful thing you could think of at the top of your lungs and see how many people look at you.
Yes. So we will do Mockin the Mock. We also going to talk about the biggest holes left in teams as they head into the NFL draft. Matt Miller at ESPN.
Friend of mine and friend of this here program.
His latest mock draft, how crazy is it, Flostradamus?
Well, at the top side, it's not that crazy. It seems like right now it's very vogue. We're going to have 4 quarterbacks go in the top 5. Okay?
Yes.
I get it. He also has a trade.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is why Soaring Eagle is saying this. That he has a trade that it's a steep price. It's a steep price for Denver to get up to 4 to get J.J. McCarthy.
Mm-hmm. And to get up there, what do they have to spend?
They give up this year's 1, next year's 1, 2026 1. I'm good.
Wow.
I don't think anybody's getting that.
No.
And that's really why I wanted to talk about this, so I'm glad that he threw that super chat out there.
I feel like you would only get that if I'm going to 1.
Oh,
if I'm
to
dead
go to
sold.
1, it would take way more than that.
Really?
I mean, we're talking 2s, maybe another year's 1. When you have an elite, no doubt prospect, look, I feel like everybody sees that draft value chart, the Jimmy Johnson chart. That's changed to such a point. You're at 130% of that just to get a living, breathing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid it's a really good one. Look at what Carolina paid for Bryce Young.
Yes.
According to the last 20 years, they underpaid.
And they gave up what? 2 1s and 2
2
2s?
1s, 2 2s, DJ Moore to move up 8 spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm having trouble with the top of this draft because I don't see anybody doing that.
I don't either.
I don't see anybody hamstringing the franchise because whatever quarterback it is you get, and it's very vogue right now that New England could take J.J. McCarthy over Drake May, or now the latest rumor is Jaden Daniels could actually be going at 1, which I would be lying if I didn't say I did go to the DraftKings Sportsbook and drop a shekel of winnings on, well, you know what, let's let it ride, because that's a big old number, and I like big old numbers. Took 100 off the Trayvon Walker winnings from a couple years ago. Throw that at Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you never know. Maybe I'm right twice.
I don't feel like there's any shot of this happening. The Denver Broncos, I think, are smarter than that. And frankly, I think Sean Payton's smarter than that. Maybe the franchise is not smarter than that because they gave up what they gave up for Russell Wilson.
But this is what we do. This is what we do. This is why we mock the mocks.
Yes.
It blows my mind on a yearly basis how often we go into an offseason. Remember what my mock draft looked like at the end of the regular season. Do you remember?
Vaguely.
The same 10 players that were in the top 10, 9 of them, 9 are in my next mock draft that comes up next week.
Period? Like in the first round?
No. 9 of my top 10.
Oh,
9
are still in the top 10.
Are still in the top 10.
Okay, yeah.
That's why year over year I tend to be way more accurate on mock drafts than people like, I don't know, a guy who doesn't have a mullet that I am sometimes compared to.
Yes.
Todd. Tremendous agility.
You could say his name.
Footwork needs a little work.
Right.
Overall, pick grade 5th, Baltimore Ravens in the first round.
Someone I feel will move up to 4. But I don't think it's Denver.
I don't.
You don't think anybody does?
I don't, and I'll tell you why. Over the course of time, if New England made 3 available, and that's been rumored, I struggle to believe it because the fan base is just thirsty enough and just delusional enough that it would be hard for you to go the route that I went, which is we'll take Marvin Harrison Jr., we'll take one of the later quarterbacks, maybe even trade back into the first round if we have to, because there's no high side there. McCarthy has the high side, but we've read this book. The scouts will be banging the table of you don't get it. I understand you're trying to save your job. This kid will get everybody in this room fired if we're not careful, especially if we count on him off the jump, and if you trade up for him, you're going to. I don't think 4's the spot. And I'm not just saying this because we have a lot of Cardinal fans that listen to this show. I think Arizona's stuck at 4. By hook or by crook, I really don't see a way they're coming off 4.
Okay.
It would be one thing if they could trade back up. But I look at Arizona and go, I'm going to have to absolutely screw you over. That's the only way I'm doing this. That's why Matt Miller and he and I, we've not spoken specifically about this, but we do talk about things over the course of the draft process. This is what I think he's doing, is he's looking at the value of 4, going, this is what it would take. The problem is I don't think you have a willing trade partner. Rob Johnson said the Chargers at 5. I don't see a willing trade partner there, because you're going to drop down to 11 or 12, and you know what's going to be gone at that point? Joe Alt, Roma Dunze, and Malik Neighbors, and Marvin Harrison Jr. So now I've traded away from all the superstars, and I've increased my risk. I don't think that's where this happens, and I've never thought this is where that happens. I've toyed with it, and I hate the way it looks by the end. The NFL draft, to me, and this is something that I feel like too many people that do mock drafts do them in a vacuum. The draft has to make sense. Can a team go off the board and do something that doesn't make sense to you because they have a higher grade on a player? Absolutely. The draft from 1 to 32 every single year, it makes sense. We get to the end of day 1. We have a handful of A's, usually got teams that pick at the top, that pick the top 3 or 4 guys we had in the class, and then a couple value guys towards the end. 80% of the rest of the teams are either a B or a high C. How often do we go, oh, my God, what crime did they smoke to do this? It's 2 a year.
Yeah.
We do that every year. Last year we did it with Houston. Just so happened that, well,
Yeah, it worked out.
I think we missed that grade by as much as you can miss it by.
No doubt.
Because we went F-, and it was an A++.
There are a few every year, but for the most part, as you said, it makes sense. Part of my brain wanted to go down the it all works out. Not necessarily.
No.
It doesn't always work out, but it makes sense.
No, there's always a team. There's always a team that has a board that's not representative of what the rest of us have. The Detroit Lions were that team last year. Because if you remember, they traded back to 12, and we went, well, that'll be interesting. They take Jahmyr Gibbs, and I was sitting there going, yeah, I had heard he was closer to Bijan on some boards. I did not think he was going to go this high. But if you remember, I had him in the first round. He goes in the first. Everybody loses their mind.
Yeah, massive overreach.
Then they pick with the second first-round pick, and it's Jack Campbell. That felt like a reach. I'd had him in the first round, too. To the Lions, oddly enough.
Yep.
But then in the second round, you got the value in Laporta and the value in Branch. Everything tends to work itself out. Everything tends to fall into place. And when we walk away from the draft, you very rarely look at a team and go, are you smoking crack? Because that's just not what NFL teams do. Any team that does this, I gave up 3 ones to get J.J. McCarthy, you damn well better hope that not only are all of us wrong, but that you can get the most out of him, and you can do it 3 times faster than anybody else feels comfortable with. I don't buy it. It's too much risk. That might be the only move that could get Sean Payton fired in the next 2 years. He could literally come in and take a grumper on the Walton's desk, and I'm not sure that would get him fired. I gave up almost a presidential term of first-round picks for J.J. McCarthy, who came in here and couldn't do anything but run around and make Zach Wilson throws. That throw actually may have kept him from getting drafted at 4. You know what I'm talking about. At the pro day where he does the spin around, drops the big arching dime, and literally it looked like a mirror image of Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Perception. The perception with McCarthy now is that he is Zach Wilson. Limited tape, crazy intangibles and actual skill set, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it on the big stage.
Right. There's only
that with Zach Wilson.
Right. There's only one big difference between the two, and that's the winning that was done at the college level. But how much of that do you put on the quarterback?
Stop worrying about winning.
What?
I cannot emphasize this enough. Stop worrying so much about, oh, he's a winner. So was Mac Jones. So was Tua Tagovailoa. So was Jalen Hurts. So was a slew of other quarterbacks that come into the NFL, and they're fine, but they're not elite. Joe Burrow won 1 year in college. He's the third best quarterback in this league. Josh Allen never won squat.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes never won squat. Was barely bowl eligible in one of the years that he started. Stop worrying about winners, especially in this age. The age of, you've got to win 75% of your games or 85% of your games or whatever the metric was, that's done. Because now all the talent filters into 8 programs. Unless that guy, and frankly, I like you staying at the smaller program. I do. I would like Caleb Williams better if he had stayed at Oklahoma. I almost promise you.
But why?
I think the transfer to USC uncovered some personality quips with him that I would have never seen at Oklahoma. Conversely, if Drake May had played at a bigger school, one of two things would have happened. Either we would have lost the questions about what he can do against a good defense, or because he would have been as good as he was at Carolina against better competition, or he would have been completely unveiled. As a draft prospect, I like the journey Jaden Daniels took. I like the journey Joe Burrow took of, I got kicked in the teeth at a place that did not have the talent. In Joe Burrow's case, he got kicked in the teeth because there was so much talent in front of him.
Right.
I got that edge. Then I got my shot. I cherished my shot. I worked. I've still got that chip on my shoulder. And I come in that way. J.J. McCarthy has no chip. If you take away he won a national title, I can't physically see what anybody sees that you go, I'd give up 3 first-rounders for him.
No. I'd think that's ridiculous.
So my biggest takeaway of the Matt Miller mock is I don't have huge sweeping problems with what he did.
Okay.
I think a lot of the guys, he's got Marvin Harrison at 5 to the Chargers, Neighbors at 6, Joe Alt goes at 7, Dallas Turner at 8, Adunze at 9, Brock Bowers at 10. Ooh, secret time? So do I. Every bit of that is exactly what I have. The only issue I have is that I don't like that trade at 4. I think it makes a lot more sense at 8 because Atlanta is really sold on a player that doesn't belong at 8. And there's not anybody that scares me in taking him. Dallas Turner. I do not see a team that could take him at 8, 9, or 10. Why would I not drop back to 11, get the capital, you go up to 8, get the quarterback you want? You didn't have to invest nearly as much. You see how that makes more sense? And then you look at how the draft fits together, and it makes everything make more sense. Because the thing you have to remember about J.J. McCarthy, who's the competition? The competition is Minnesota and Denver. That's it. There are no other contenders.
Yeah.
Everybody else has spackle on their quarterback situation. That drives the price down, not up. The fact that he's not a solid prospect that has a lot of question marks, that drives the price down, not up.
So does that not lend to 3 first-round picks?
Is insane.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It's insane, and nobody's going to do it.
Yes.
I don't think.
No. There was also another trade at 3. He had Minnesota trading up to 3 with New England, and New England dropping out of the quarterback race. Which you've said that's a great possibility the entire offseason.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But it also makes sense when I hear Robert Kraft say, I want a quarterback. And now he did say that I will defer. I'll defer to Gerard and who's the GM?
Elliott Wolf.
Elliott Wolf. I will defer to both of them. They can make their pick. But as a fan of this team, this is a direct quote, as a fan of this team, I want a quarterback. I mean, we've always said that he has a great knack for staying out of it.
Yes.
For not swinging his weight around. Duly noted. Glad to know that you want a quarterback.
Sweet.
If we
Mr.
don't
Kraft,
have one,
it's
though.
great that that's what you want. We won one too many games,
Right.
and now we're going to get the third.
Right. Which to me, the third one's not bad because the third one's always Drake, and I believe Drake is going to be good. But
I do too.
Would you rather, if you were the New England Patriots, would you rather just maybe let somebody else take that gamble and pick up the draft capital?
Well, the thing you have
and
to
that's
remember,
always made sense to me.
the thing you have to remember about New England is that there's no backboard. That's what teams are always looking for. We got to take a break. I want to elaborate on this. It's something I feel like mock drafters just absolutely screw up time and time and time and time and time again. because they're so convinced that they have to have trades because we have trades in every first round. And you forget something, and it's kind of a psychology more than it is anything.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Hit us up in the YouTube comments. If you got something you want discussed, we're mocking the mocks today. It's a Threadbare Thursday. It's all going down here in the Sportsocracy.
Here's another remarkable success story from QC Kinetics. This one from Chad, who hurt his knee at the gym one day, and it just kept on hurting for months.
From my high school football and wrestling days, I already had a little bit of damage in there, but this just sent it over the edge.
Chad tried traditional treatments with no improvement when he turned to the non-surgical regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics.
It was really fascinating how they did their work, and the science behind it was very intriguing, and it works. Extracting the cure out of my own body blew my mind. It's like I'm brand new again. It was fantastic.
That's because the QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments use your body's own healing power to restore damaged tissue in your hips, shoulders, back, and knees, providing long-lasting relief.
Now I'm back at the gym. I'm 100% feeling great.
If you're tired of suffering with pain from arthritis or injury, call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
It's not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday! The very first Tuesday.
New scratch-off tickets are available on the first Tuesday of every month.
Announcer said first Tuesday.
Brand new scratch-offs, brand new fun. Now from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Every first Tuesday. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It is the Draftmas season.
Oh, Draftmas tree. Oh, Draftmas tree.
He's so excited. He's counting down the days. He's got his draft event calendar out.
That's the right call. The old draft event calendar. We should get. Where can one find an advent calendar in March?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Can you make your own?
I bet we could go to like a Hobby Lobby or something. They probably have like a make your own advent calendar kit or something. Never know.
I'll 100% send my wife. You will not see me in a Hobby Lobby.
Why?
That is just a cacophony of scents and wicker.
Scents?
Good. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't. I didn't smell so good for a long time, so you put me into like a perfume store or a Hobby Lobby, and you just get all these different smells, and I'm like, awesome, poop. Let me get out of here, because this is awful.
I've actually never been to a Hobby Lobby before, so I didn't know they smelled.
They smell
like paint and lacquer and
frou-frou.
glue
and some frou-frou things that I'll pass.
And all the potpourri you can shake a stick at.
I'll pass. It's not what I'm after.
We're talking about the NFL draft, mocking the mocks today with Matt Miller putting forth a 7-rounder on ESPN.
My next week's a 7-rounder. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I got a sweet new background that sits behind me. It's got my face on it. It's sweet.
Did you plump up your avatar yet?
I haven't yet,
Okay,
but
all
I
right.
had somebody do it. Look, I didn't want to make myself look like Porky Pig, so I gave that to somebody that's a little better than me at this.
I told you all you got to do is just load that thing up in paint and stretch it.
No, that's how God made your face. Okay. Make it shorter.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with dimensions.
That's right. That's right.
Somebody listening right now is like, that was so mean. But damn, he's right.
Yeah, it's funny. It's quite funny.
Hank's head does kind of look like somebody forgot to hit the shift button in Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, my whole head kind of just looks like that little. You remember the coin, the 25-cent machines that gave you like silly putty and
Yes.
eggs?
Yes.
When you opened the egg at the first, and there was just this like really smooth, weird shaped piece of like peach dough. Yep, that's kind of what my head looks like.
Weird, smooth, peach-colored dough. I actually think that's the best way to describe you that I've ever heard.
Very nice.
Somebody please clip that. I guarantee I will use it for really funny things.
Oh, good Lord. Anyhow, so continue with your mocking Matt Miller.
So, and I'm not really mocking Matt Miller. I think Miller does a really good job of this. So I'm going to use that New England, the mock trade that he had, which is basically New England trades out of 3. Minnesota goes up there and gets Drake May, which he obviously has heard a lot of the same thing I have. That is, Minnesota really likes Drake May. But why is New England willing to do that? Why would New England be willing to move back to 11? What's falling?
Edge rushers.
Tackles. They get Ola Fashanu right here, who people like me, we're all just looking at this going, but for why do you keep doing that? There's another one in Talese Fawaga that we really believe in. There's another one on the inside in Jackson Powers Johnson that a lot of us seem to really believe in. So there's a backboard there. A lot of times people will make deals of Team X trades down to 14. Well, you got to remember that Team X has to draft at that point too.
Right.
You have to remember this has to work out for both of them unless they are just absolutely hammering you in this deal.
Yes.
So New England moves down and still gets an A talent to them. That makes sense. Where I run into issues is Arizona. So Arizona moves down, and they get Brian Thomas Jr. at 12. I don't think anybody short of Chris Sims feels like you could walk away with that, and the fan base is going to go, bravo, let's go. I mean, you get 3 first-round picks. I guess maybe they're looking at the future, but this year they're going, well, oh, no, we suck again.
But that's what you want to do, right? You want to suck, Jeremy.
I'm not so sure with Arizona. Look, the NFC's terrible.
Yeah, but they're not threatening anybody this year.
Don't be so sure of that.
Really?
Don't be so sure of that.
Where? Wait.
Threatening, and well, it depends on what you're asking. Threatening.
I was going to say best case scenario, they're the 5th best team in the NFC.
That still makes playoffs.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, wait a minute. That goes against everything you believe in. You don't want to be that team that goes in the first round and gets spanked.
When you haven't made it in 400 years, when the Titanic lady's sitting there going, it's been 84 years. I'll take a playoff berth.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying you should trade for Aaron Rodgers like my team, but I get it. The last time that I saw a playoff game, I had just gained the ability to buy alcohol within 20 months. That's how long it's been. 84 years. You get to a certain point where you just go, let me in, okay? I'll go all in. Maybe it's not the greatest thing for 10 years from now, but I need to get in the playoffs. That's rare, but I think Arizona's there. Yep. Especially the minute Aaron Donald retired, that was my first thought, is watch Arizona screw around and somehow find a way to get in the playoffs this year.
But then Arizona would be making the Houston deal, essentially. If they did that, if they traded back, they could potentially have, say it doesn't go well for them. They could potentially have 2 top 10 picks next year. Because Denver's not going to be any good.
You could.
Again, I don't think they're doing it. That's just another aside of, well, that would be a plus that I could possibly have, a year of top 10 picks and then 2 picks in the next draft as well.
Red Sea corrected me on that one. The Cardinals were in the playoffs in 2021. That feels like it was 800 years ago.
Were they really?
They were.
Okay.
As soon as he said it, I checked it and went, oh, well, I guess.
First round exit?
That felt forever ago.
First round exit?
Yes.
Because I don't remember them making the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
So, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
Stick to your guns. Take the best player.
Take the best player. Don't trade down. That's right. Take Marvin Harrison Jr. and move on.
It is. I mean, to me, that's just the only thing that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 3 A-grade receivers. You have to come away with one of them. And, as I've said that, I'm looking at a new toy. It's the DraftKings Sportsbook. And if you're just like me and you think that the Arizona Cardinals have to come away with a wide receiver, hey, guess what? You can bet that because there's a prop that says what position the Arizona Cardinals are going to take. And right now, receiver, that's not going to pay you a ton, but it'll pay you, which is better than nothing. And the DraftKings Sportsbook is the only place that North Carolina gamblers should be wagering. And right now, for a limited time, new customers who sign up with our promo code WPEK and bet $5 will receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. Whether you prefer plain player props, like what position the Arizona Cardinals are going to take in the first round of the NFL Draft, same game parlays, you can parlay draft things too. Or you just want to play that gut feeling tonight in the NCAA tournament, you can do it all with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now using our code WPEK and bet $5 to get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code WPEK. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only, new customers only. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit, wagering, and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. When we come back from the break, it'll be time to get just a bit outside.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Absolutely great weather coming over the next few days. Each day getting warmer right into early next week. Upper 50s today, sunshine this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Tonight breezy and chilly 35. Friday morning some areas of frost, then sunshine and quite breezy at times 65. Saturday warmer, sunny 75. Sunday warmer, Easter Sunday sunny 78. And Monday partly sunny and warmer 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by UPM Raffle Attack.
Billy the Buck for North Carolina's Booze It and Lose It campaign, reminding you that if you're tipsy, buzzed, wobbly, wasted, plastered, or sloshed, you are not okay to drive. Don't risk a costly DWI. Learn more at boozeitandloseit.org.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Join us for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards, live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood.
Monday, April 1st. Watch on Fox, starting at 8 p.m. And listen on the free iHeartRadio app.
Otesla Adrenalast is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Awards, a celebration of artists and the fans who got them there. The fans who make the music truly come alive through their energy and positive vibes. To the fans that make live music possible, we salute you.
Hey, baseball fans, did you know that Fubo has the most MLB games you can get without cable? That's right. Only Fubo has the broadcast networks and regional networks you need to watch your home team all year long. Out of market? Don't worry. Fubo has MLB TV too. Watch on all your devices, at home and on the go. Baseball season is finally here. Get Fubo today. Start streaming FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
Fire, flood, wind damage, arguably a homeowner's worst nightmare. For nearly 4 decades, First Restoration Services have been helping people recover from disasters with trust, integrity, speed, and quality. If you have a disaster, call them today, 1-800-537-6151, or online at FRS247.com.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or ClarissaSellsWNC@gmail.com.
In a developing story, we've learned that after decades of service to boys and girls everywhere, the Easter Bunny has stepped down. He has identified his replacement as a local rabbit who has been seen frequenting area Ingalls markets in recent days. He has been stocking up on Ingalls Easter candy, holiday hams, farm fresh eggs, and Easter lilies and balloons. And they also say that Easter magic indeed starts at Ingalls.
We're back counting down to kickoff. Let's look at today's 3 keys to premium pre-gaming with Beast Unleashed, presented by Monster Brewing. Number 1, beat the heat.
Unleash the beast with bold, familiar flavors, 0 caffeine, and 0 sugar.
Number 2, running the option.
There's 4 to choose from: White Haze, Peach Perfect, Scary Berries, and my personal favorite, Mean Green.
And number 3, at 6% ABV, Max Protect.
Always drink responsibly, and you must be 21 or over.
Beast Unleashed. Available at your local retailer.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It is the Sportsocracy, and tonight, right here on ESPN Asheville, you can tune in to hear the North Carolina Tar Heels as the action resumes in the NCAA tournament. We will have Jones Angell, the voice of the North Carolina Tar Heels, joining us at the top of the hour for our weekly Tar Heel time. Tar Heels in the Sweet 16 against Alabama tonight, and they're playing in Los Angeles. Now, they arrived at their team hotel the other day, and they didn't really, they didn't see anything out of the ordinary because there was a whole bunch of fans dressed in Carolina blue just waiting for them to get off the bus. And they thought, it feels like we're in, ACC land. We got a lot of LA fans out, or a lot of fans out here in LA rooting us on. They were all cheering, but they weren't cheering for the Tar Heels. Despite the fact that they were wearing similar colors, they were not there to see the Tar Heels. Turns out that these were fans of the Argentinian soccer team, because they're playing, or they did play earlier this week in L.A., and the two teams were staying at the same hotel. So when they showed up and they saw all of the Carolina blue, it was not Carolina blue. It turned out to be Argentina blue. And at least they got a warm welcome, and nobody was really upset about it. In fact, Hubert Davis, the head coach of the Tar Heels, was given an Argentina jersey by one of the photographers for the team.
That was pretty sweet.
That was pretty cool.
It was his son from the story I read.
Oh, was it his son?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
They gave it to Hubert's son.
Oh, okay.
Because he answered a question for some reason. I had the same story pulled.
Yeah, it was at his press conference. He showed up for the first press conference before the open practice, and they asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, they gave me a soccer jersey." So it was really cool, but I guess we were, we thought the fanfare was great. It just wasn't for us. It just wasn't Tar Heel fans.
Can you imagine Armando Bacot and R.J. Davis walking through that crowd going, "Something feel off to you"? It feels like a lot of Carolina fans who don't speak English.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a soccer guy, but I feel like all of the Argentina kits that I've seen, their jerseys. That's the right word, right?
Yeah. Kit. Don't do that.
Don't use their words.
No.
Why not?
Because you're not a soccer guy.
I am not. I just
don't
want to disrespect the sport and their cultures.
We let the Patrick Holtz and the Adam Blacks and the true soccer fans. You can use kit.
Uh-huh.
To us, they're jerseys.
Okay,
that's like you using bruh. I can use bruh.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
The only hip you have is in danger.
That was good.
That was good.
I like that one.
That
Anyway, the jerseys that they wear, they're all like pinstriped, aren't they? Like not pinstriped, but big stripes. Like there's a big blue stripe.
Stripes.
Right. There's a big white stripe. There's a big blue stripe. We don't sell jerseys like that at Carolina. So I feel like it shouldn't have taken you too long to figure it out that, oh, wait, they're not here for us. Right? It shouldn't. Anyway, it was a funny story. Both teams, similar colors, showing up, and the fanfare was not for the Tar Heels. It was for Argentina. However, the fanfare will be for the Tar Heels when they beat Alabama tonight, and then when they beat Arizona the next night.
Pick on that game at the end of the hour.
Yep. And then I'm sure they'll get a good fanfare, no Argentina fans, when they show up for the Final Four in Phoenix.
Probably, yeah. Patrick Holt said you know enough about soccer to use the right words.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to throw my red challenge flag here. Tank, name a position on a soccer field that's not goalie and it's not coach.
Striker.
Hey, you got one. And then?
Wing.
I don't know if that's right or not.
I think that's right.
I don't know if it's right or not. You actually beat me
I played
striker.
FIFA a couple of times, so I have seen the names.
God, I used to love playing FIFA after about 17 domestic lights because it made way more sense to me at that point. Why am I playing for my 7th team this year? They should stop trading me. I'm very good. Anyway, my story is about gambling. Who's surprised?
Oh,
I may have a new favorite player in the NBA.
Jonte Porter.
Okay. I walked right into that and didn't even see that I was doing it. Jonte Porter would have been my favorite player if he had called me.
If he just said, hey, I'm going to be hurt.
Hey, bro, I'm planning on playing about 14 seconds tonight. How about you hit them unders? Then he would have been my favorite player. No, it's Celtics forward Jason Tatum.
Okay.
He was asked about sports gambling and things going legal in all the states and if it's changing the way fans interact with him. And his response was, fans yell, shoot, all the time. Shoot one more three, get one more rebound, get 25 before the half is over. First of all, if you got to score 25 and a half, you're playing a team of children. Anyway, it definitely is a part of it for sure. But then he followed that up with, I guess it's kind of funny. I guess I do feel bad when I don't hit people's parlays. I don't want them to lose money. I just go out there and try to play the game. Good for you. Good for you, Jason Tatum. Having some actual, honest to God, being able to look at yourself and go, the NBA is a fraction of as popular as other sports. Meanwhile, it's a very supple betting ground. So if you want to bring in new fans, wagering is a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to, I don't care about your stupid fantasy team. Well, falafel,
Yeah, precisely.
How about
that? I hate that response.
I do too. It's such a big part of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL is more popular than it's ever been. And it's weird. That ascension happened right after fantasy football just exploded and right after sports gambling went legal in all of these states.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that's just a coinky-dink. I'm sure of it.
No, it's not a coinky-dink. And in case you haven't heard, it is live right here in North Carolina. The DraftKings Sportsbook app, it is an official sports betting partner, if I can get it out, of NASCAR. And you can now legally bet right here in the Tar Heel State on all your favorite sports anytime, anywhere with DraftKings. For a limited time, new customers who sign up with the promo code WPEK and bet $5 will receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. Now is the time to do it if you haven't done it yet, because you can get those bonus bets and you can use those on the Sweet 16 action tonight, Elite 8 action this weekend. They have all the best features, including same-game parlays and player props and fast and easy payouts at your fingertips. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now using the code WPEK and bet $5 and get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code WPEK. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC. NASCAR is not a sponsor of this promotion and used under license. You also get those wagers in on NASCAR this weekend.
I've been good at DraftKings Daily Fantasy. I've never been good at betting NASCAR.
No.
I won't give you picks at sports that I'm not good at. And I'm going to level with you. People that can bet baseball you're like Sam Squinches to me. Like, I'm just amazed by how your brain works, that you can make parlays and things like that work. I don't watch enough baseball for that. I do watch enough basketball, and I have got a hammer tonight. So but if my betting on tonight's NCAA tournament games was a pie, we would have 3 little Jenny Craig slices, just little itty bitty, teeny tiny. I just want to bite, and then there would be one gigantic me and Tank bite that's on one thing, and it's probably not what you think it is.
What is that?
Well, you probably think it's on the outcome of a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. There's another wager that you can get pretty good odds on, and I don't think it's even close. I don't think you will ever be in legit danger of not cashing.
And that's coming up in Green on Greene?
Bingo.
All right, there you go.
We also have another super chat.
Okay, super chat time.
Matthew Hoffman, rejoining the House of Reprehensible, said he had to resubscribe. He's been missing the perks like the little beer mug next to his name, which all of you can get for the low price of whatever that cost. I don't know. I know it's a small amount of monies. But he said, best sports talk show, period, point blank, and we appreciate that from Matthew Hoffman.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Always love the kind words. And they were talking in the chat earlier about baseball bangers. Am I allowed to give out baseball bangers?
I mean, you can.
I'm gonna take
in
my
the chat. Sir Jimothy said he left us unattended for a few weeks, and he came back. We're talking about soccer and baseball.
Right, it's weird.
It's just to tell jokes.
Hey, today's opening day, and the house asks for them, so I'm gonna give you one. I got a 3-leg parlay here that you might be able to make something on tonight. 3-pick parlay plus 627. I got the Baltimore Orioles in the money line. I got the Red Sox in the money line, and I'm taking the over 7.5 in the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. Now, I will preface this with I have not hit a parlay yet since I've been playing on the DraftKings Sportsbook app for the last month, but it's always first time for everything, so that might be something for you. Baltimore Orioles money line, Red Sox money line, over 7.5 in the Giants Padres game tonight. Plus 627 on your odds.
Look at you. Just
I'm learning things.
Not only am I having fun, but I'm learning at the same time.
Indeed.
Chris Smathers, another great listener of the show. He sent me a text on my personal cell phone that said, I'm going to need that banger. And it is a banger. It's not a baseball banger. So I don't do this.
No, he's got college basketball coming up in the next segment. But first, I do want to get your thoughts on this, Jeremy.
Okay.
As we're closing out the
Is it that? Oh, no, I was going to make fun of your shirt. It's an iHeart shirt. I can't see
it. Closing out the hour here before we get to Tar Heel time with Jones Angell. There was a college gambling story that came down yesterday. The new commissioner of the NCAA, Charlie Baker. He is pushing for no more prop bets in college.
Good luck.
Pointing to the Jonte Porter incident to the Shohei Ohtani incident in Major League Baseball, although we don't know what he did or didn't do. But with all of these gambling issues cropping up with sports now, he wants everyone out of the prop bet game when it comes to college sports. Now, there are several states that have passed laws that you can't do this. You can't have prop bets. But you, as the gambler, I really wanted your take on this of how, I mean, is the integrity of the college game at risk because of prop bets?
No. I would argue the exact opposite. And to what he said, that he wants prop bets out of the sport. Well, when I was 12 years old, I wanted the Spice Girls to come to my birthday party, and they didn't. And you know why? Because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dog chasing cars. Wouldn't know what to do with it if I caught it. But prop bets are an integral part of how you wager sports. And the fact that that Charlie Baker wants them out of the sport just tells me how out of touch he is. Those of you that worry about sports being on the take and guys maneuvering the number and things like that. First of all, the numbers move so often that unless they're sitting in the locker room, they probably don't know exactly what the number is. I would wager 95% of these guys don't know what the number is in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That's A. B, Jonte Porter has played about 15 seconds in the last month. He had 2 weird anomalies. You know who caught that? Gamblers.
Yep.
Not you, not the NBA, not Adam Silver, the great big bug himself, not Charlie Baker, none of them. Sports books caught it. Because as soon as we see an anomaly, we go, oh, wait.
Yep.
Nobody with an IQ above salad dressing should be putting 6 figures on Jonte Porter unders.
This is always a twofold problem, though. There's not only the integrity of the game scenarios that people cook up in their minds, like Charlie Baker, but also it's the extra pressure. The extra pressure, the added scrutiny that the players get. There's always that argument that you shouldn't be putting this extra onus on them because they're getting social media messages of, I can't believe you didn't hit that last 3. Or, I mean, we've seen people threaten violence to NFL players because their fantasy football team suffered because so-and-so didn't score a touchdown. So guys like Armando Bacot, R.J. Davis, or even if you want to go lighter to the younger side, these 18-year-old freshmen are getting pressure because of it. And it sullies the game.
Well, I got news for you. There's going to be 3% of booger eaters that are out there that do things like that. Doesn't matter about prop bets. Doesn't matter about fantasy. Trust me, we will find something to wager on.
Yep.
I am 37 years old. I have gambled my entire adult life. Sports betting's been legal in the state that I've lived in for 80% of that time for 15 minutes. You can do the math on that, but I don't think it's that hard for you to figure out. People like Charlie Baker make me want to pull my hair out. Mm-hmm. We've gotten to this point where you old fuddy-duddies that don't understand, we are actually a regulatory device for your sport, and you treat us like the bad guy. Arizona State, when they shaved points, you know how they got caught? Gamblers.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Donaghy, you want to know how he got caught? Gamblers. Because we look at everything. Okay? If somebody's throwing games, I have always said this. I don't care if it's a prop bet. I don't care if it's a spread. I don't care if it's a total. If somebody's on the take, gamblers will know that in 8 games or less. Period. And that was when 2% of the people that were betting were betting then. I'm not sure you could do it for more than 2 games at this point. Mm-hmm. You have one bad beat anomaly. The second time we get burned on that, I don't know. That's weird. Then you start filing little complaints. You start saying things on Reddit. Bookmakers look at the take, and they go, holy, nope.
Yeah. You can make prop bets on college basketball as it stands right now in the state of North Carolina. And I just clicked on this just to see what it would do. Over 16.5 points for Armando Bacot tonight against Alabama. If you added that to the baseball parlay that I gave you, that takes your odds up to plus 1233. So, for what it's worth, we got Greene on Greene coming up next. Jeremy's picks for the tournament.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it'll take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 10 million people without destroying your credit. They can reduce your interest rates, lower your total payments up to 50% to get you out of debt fast. For a free consultation, call Consolidated Credit now. The program works.
Call 800-988-0848. 800-988-0848. 800-988-0848.
Consolidated Credit Solutions Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33313. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Kansas CSO 0019051. Maryland DM 1492. Oregon DM 892. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission, license number DCA3. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debt may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action. Actual interest rates, length of program, and monthly payment reductions will vary by consumer and creditor. Yours could be higher or lower. Not a loan company. We do not lend money.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
If you hate the thought of food going to waste while many go hungry, here's your chance to make a difference. Food Connection is hosting its 2nd annual Golf Against Hunger. This 18-hole tournament comes with unlimited beer, wine, and soda, a buffet lunch, awards, prizes, and exclusive swag. Visit food-connection.org for details. Then join the Golf Against Hunger Monday, April 22nd at the Omni Grove Park Inn. Again, that's food-connection.org.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingalls Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingalls Table at ingalls-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingalls Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
We're back to action tonight in college basketball, and if there was ever a time for you to listen to anything I've ever said, tonight is that night. I'm Jeremy Greene of thesportsocracy.com, and this is Green on Green, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. I've already told you I look at the rest of this tournament as probably going very chalk. So tonight I'm on Arizona, I'm on UConn, and the toss-up between Iowa State and Illinois could go either way, so that'll be the lowest inlay of the night for me. The game I want to talk about is Alabama-North Carolina. This is the definition of styles make fights. Alabama is the highest scoring team in the nation, and North Carolina is the 16th highest. What that does is move the total up, and the lay better will look at that and go, well, these are 2 great scoring teams. Of course they're going to go over. What they're not seeing is Carolina is probably the best defensive team Alabama has played all year. When the public goes right, you go left and count your money. I'm going under the 173.5 in North Carolina, Alabama. For a limited time, new customers who sign up with my promo code JG Bets and bet $5 will receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. Whether you prefer playing player props, same game parlays, or you just want to play that gut feeling in the money line, you can do it all with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now using code JGBETS and bet $5 to get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code JGBETS. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only, new customers only, subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit, wagering, and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Absolutely great weather coming over the next few days. Each day getting warmer right into early next week. Upper 50s today, sunshine this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Tonight, breezy and chilly 35. Friday morning, some areas of frost and sunshine and quite breezy at times, 65. Saturday, warmer, sunny, 75. Sunday, warmer. Easter Sunday, sunny, 78. And Monday, partly sunny and warmer, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by the NC Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Billy the Buck for North Carolina's Booze It and Lose It campaign, reminding you that if you're tipsy, buzzed, wobbly, wasted, plastered, or sloshed, you are not okay to drive. Don't risk a costly DWI. Learn more at boozeitandloseit.org.
Next Step Recovery in Asheville provides safe and structured homes and a full clinical outpatient program for men struggling with drugs and alcohol. Currently in network with Blue Cross Blue Shield and Aetna. Healing from addiction is a journey. NextStepRecovery.com.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it, bang!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy. ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app, and we're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat. It is Tar Heel time with the voice of the North Carolina Tar Heels, Jones Angell. It's been a while because we've been playing on Thursdays, Jones, but now it's down to business with the Sweet 16 out there in L.A. How's it going on the West Coast?
Oh, man, doing all right, Tank, and good to be back with you again. And, yeah, certainly the Tar Heels they've been busy here as of late. But I thought really played good basketball for the most part in the first couple of rounds there in Charlotte. And certainly were benefited by being close to home. I thought in that Michigan State game in particular, I thought the crowd really made a difference for the Tar Heels when they went on that big run in the first half. And but that's what you get when you're in the number one seed, and you get those perks of being able to play close to home. But Heel's not close to home anymore. They're out here in Los Angeles, but have had a good trip and ready to get down to business tonight.
Now, were you with them when they showed up and the Argentina fans met the bus?
Yes, that was funny. You pulled up and you saw all these people in the very close to Carolina blue and white jerseys, but then you realized they were all Messi jerseys, and you thought, wait a second, this doesn't seem quite right. So a funny moment there, but it's a little different from Chapel Hill here in Los Angeles, but it's been a great trip thus far. But none of that really matters for the Heels if they don't win tonight, and so they want to get locked in and ready to go, and they feel like they're close to that point.
Well, this is definitely going to be a heck of a matchup tonight. We got the late tip-off here on ESPN Asheville. It is scheduled for like 9:40, 9:50, something like that tonight, and we'll have all the pregame coverage for you with Jones and Dave and the rest of the crew. As we always do.
They're not just one of the best offensive teams in the country, at least as far as scoring per game is concerned. They are the best team in the country. They're averaging nearly 91 points per contest, which is a really big number. But Carolina feels like that particularly in that style of game, that the Tar Heels can be effective as well. And I think really what this comes down to is more, to me, Tank, not necessarily the pace, because I think that's fine for Carolina. I think it comes down to, can the Tar Heels force Alabama into the type of shots that Carolina wants Alabama to take? And so Alabama really likes to take threes, as we know. They shoot a bunch of them. Nearly 40, I think it's 47% of their shots on the season are three-pointers, so a very high number. They like to take threes, and they like to get to the rim. I think Carolina's defense this year, which has been pretty darn good for most of the season, has really been predicated on forcing teams into difficult two-point shots. And whether that's a challenge shot at the rim or a mid-range jump shot, that's where Carolina has really been successful defensively. And so that's completely opposite of what Alabama wants to do. And so can Carolina force Alabama into difficult shots that the Tar Heels want them to take? To me, that's the most important part about this game, not the pace. Carolina's okay getting up and down the court. I think they'd be fine in that type of game, but they want to make sure that they're forcing Alabama into difficult shots.
Well, I mean, taking advantage of, the one thing that I don't ever like using the term they can't do, but taking advantage in the category that favors us the most, which is obviously defense, because Alabama is not great defensively.
No, they've really struggled defensively this year. So, I mean, you flip that around, and we said they're the best offensive team. They're also giving up almost 81 points per game, and that's a very high number. And teams are shooting, nearly 44% against them on the season. If you just look at Carolina's numbers, just to have something to compare them to, Tar Heel opponents are shooting about 40.5% and scoring 70 points per game. So that's a pretty significant difference between the two teams. I do think that Carolina's the better, at least the body of work tells you that Carolina is the better defensive team between these two. I also think, Tank, an area that Carolina has an advantage is down low. I mean the Tar Heels have the best big guy in this game in Armando Bacot. That's not to say that Alabama doesn't have some capable players down there. Nick Pringle, a 6'10 senior, he's played very well for them here in this tournament so far, kind of doing what they ask him to do. He's not necessarily asked to score a whole bunch, but an athletic guy to get rebounds, block shots, that kind of thing. And then Mohamed Diabate, a 6'7 freshman, so not a real big guy, but one of the post players for them. He was huge down the stretch in Alabama's escape against Grand Canyon in the second round, where he came up with a couple of big buckets in the post as Alabama stretched that game out in the final couple of minutes to move past Grand Canyon. So they have some capable guys, but I think Carolina is better than Alabama in that regard. That they have a veteran guy in Bacot who, to me, is really playing good basketball. And certainly, that 2022 run, Tank, I mean, Bacot was historic in his rebounding ability. To me, right now, he might be playing his best all-around basketball as a Tar Heel. And the efficiency in which he was able to score in the first couple of rounds, the rebounding number's still there, but his defense has come so far from where it was when he first arrived in Chapel Hill. And, I go back to the Pittsburgh game in the ACC tournament where Pitt kept trying to get him into a perimeter switch on a screen, and then he'd be guarding, one of those really talented guards for Pitt, whether it was Carrington or Lowe. And Bacot repeatedly did a good job and challenge shots and block shots and forced them to pass it off or force turnovers or whatever it might be. So that's an area where Carolina, I do think, has an advantage tonight, and Armando will need to be important for the Tar Heels to win this game.
Who is your X factor outside of Armando? And I'll take RJ off the table as well, because we know where the bread is buttered for this team between those two. But your X factor for a guy that has to have a really good game tonight for us to be victorious, I guess.
Well, I'll give you two things that I think will be important for Carolina tonight, and if Carolina plays more games, that'll be important moving forward. What we have seen from Carolina this year is it is hard for the Tar Heels to win against good teams. Not impossible, but hard for them to win if neither Cormac Ryan nor Harrison Ingram is efficiently making shots. And, I go back to the Georgia Tech game where I think the two of them were a combined 6 of, 31 or something from the floor. Neither one of them shot well in the ACC title game against NC State. You can just go down the line, and almost every time that Carolina has lost a game this year, neither of those guys has been very efficient in that particular game. Tar Heels don't have to have them both lighting it up, but you've got to have at least one of those guys that are having a good shooting day. And you saw that against Michigan State. Harrison Ingram had not had a bunch of success shooting the basketball as of late, and then he goes 6 of 11 from the floor and 5 of 7 from three-point range. Of course, Cormac Ryan has that enormous game in Cameron where he made all the threes and scored 31 points. And so when you're playing the better teams, and Alabama fits into that category, Carolina has to have at least one of those guys have an efficient shooting day. Now, can Carolina still win the game? Yes. But we've seen like the Pittsburgh game in the ACC tournament. Like R.J. Davis and Armando Bacot willed Carolina to that win offensively with what they were able to do. So they're good enough to do it if they have to. But it gives Carolina a much better chance to win if either Ryan or Ingram is efficiently shooting the ball. Then I'll also say, Elliot Cadeau, you saw it in the Michigan State game where they were essentially not guarding him on the perimeter, and he took 4 3-pointers and didn't make any of them. He's got to find a way, if that happens again, which I assume it will because other teams watch tape too, that he's got to find a way to still be effective because Carolina's offense in total is just better when he's out there. It just runs smoother. And so he's got to find a way to still be effective individually. Even if the other team is giving him a shot, he's got to think, okay, is this the best shot right now? And maybe it is. Maybe there's 3 seconds on the shot clock, and that's what needs to go up. But if there's 12 seconds on the shot clock, then Carolina can work it and try to get a better shot. So I think that'll be important as well.
How many discussions do you think that is with a guy like Elliott when the defense backs off and they're just willing to let you have it? Because, frankly, he hasn't hit one since we played NC State in the regular season. It's been a month. It's been 26 days since he's hit a three-pointer, and everybody just goes, okay. And as you said, in the Michigan State game, they went, fine, we're just going to let you shoot because we don't trust that you can hit it. And he went 0 for 4. And how many discussions do you think that is with Hubert of maybe we should find the next pass?
Yeah, he's one of his last 16 from out there, and he's only 8 of 48 for the year. So it's not a shot that, at this point in time, is one of his strengths. The thing about Elliot Cadeau is he's a young player, of course, because remember, he did reclass, and he should be playing as a senior in high school right now, which is crazy to think about because we've seen him all year and know how good he is, to think that he technically should still be at that level. But he is a mature player, even though he is a young guy, and he understands the game, I think, extraordinarily well. And I think you see that with how he plays. You can tell that he just gets it. He understands how it all works. And so have there been some discussions? I think there probably have been, but I don't think it's something that you have to hammer it home or plead or, just say, hey, why are you doing this? I think everybody understands what the deal is. And Carolina, this is not new either, Tank. Teams have been guarding Elliot Cadeau this way for most of the year. Now, I do think it's been like Michigan State, it was exacerbated, right? Like they were 10 feet off of him.
Yeah, not interested.
Right. And so it was a little bit dramatic, I guess, as far as the way that it was being done. But Carolina's actually adjusted the way that it's practiced some when it's going, for lack of a better term, a scrimmage in practice where they've guarded him that way. And so they're trying to get him used to seeing that more often. That isn't a new thing. That's happened for weeks now. I think everybody understands what the situation is. That is not a consistent shot for him right now. I think it's amazing that he still gets to the rim as effectively as he does when teams are playing him that way. So it'll come, and I think he understands how he can best help Carolina win, and the Tar Heels need him because they're better when he's out there.
Yeah, I was just so glad that it stopped at 4. because you have so many guys that we have seen over the years, not necessarily, for the Tar Heels, but for any team, really. Anybody backs off on the three, that's the game, right? That is today's game of these players want to be, the Steph Curry. You're going to leave me open, I'm going to take my shot.
Well, and I think that's also where depth comes into play, right? Because Carolina, after Elliott was clearly a little frustrated and missed a couple shots in the second half against Michigan State, they brought in Seth Trimble, and he was terrific. And he came up with some of the biggest defensive plays of that game where he blocked a couple of shots in the post to squelch out some Michigan State scoring opportunities when the game was still a 5 or 7 point game in the middle of the second half. And so Carolina's bench has been important. Even though it's just been 2 games so far in this NCAA tournament. And, of course, it's been important all year. But I think it was really important in those 2 games in Charlotte with the way Jalen Withers played, Seth Trimble, Jalen Washington, Paxton Wojcik came in and gave Carolina some good minutes against Michigan State in that big run in the first half. So having that depth and those options allows you, when a player is struggling or if somebody's had a rough couple of minutes, you can sit them down, they can regroup, your team can keep going, and you can still continue to try your best to win the game. And so having that depth, I think, has been important as well.
Yeah, you mentioned 2 guys there in the in that little segment of just guys that are spark guys. When you are needing a big play to happen, Jalen Withers has been one that's just kind of it's not massive. He's not coming out with 20-point games. I mean, although he did have 16 against Wagner, but that was a game that was out of control. But in tight games, you can have a guy like that come off the bench. Seth Trimble, the other one. We can just come in and provide that little extra spark to get everybody else going. I'm really loving that.
Yeah, they're the 2 most athletic players on Carolina's team. And so when they come in, it changes Carolina's dynamic a little bit because they do become a bouncier, more athletic group on the floor. And, Jalen, speaking about Jalen Withers, he has just proven when he is committed to doing the things that he can do to really help the Tar Heels win, I just think it makes him so much better. And by that I mean, get some offensive rebounds, get some easy baskets around the rim, get to the free throw line, play good defense. That's the kind of stuff that when he's doing that, not that he can't shoot the 3-pointer, not that he can't, drive one-on-one, because he can do those things. But Carolina doesn't need him to do those things right now. Maybe in the future they will, but right now they don't. They need him to be that guy that does all those little things and can use his athleticism to be a big positive in that regard. I mean, there was a play in the Michigan State game, Hank, I think it was either a 3 or a 5-point game, and Baycott got the ball, on the low block. Michigan State doubled, and Jalen Withers just made a really smart off-the-ball cut down the right baseline. Baycott found him for an easy layup, and it was a huge basket at that point in the game. And just those kind of little things are, I think, what he can do well, and when he does do them well, it really makes Carolina a much better team.
Yeah, it's those intangibles that we talk about all the time with players. Out in L.A. tonight, we got the Tar Heels and the Alabama Crimson Tide, the number 1 seed against the number 4 seed. The winner of this one will get the winner of either Clemson, who we lost to earlier in the season. Of course, we did beat them earlier in the season as well. Or we get to match up with Caleb Love again.
Yeah, and both sides were asked about that yesterday, a little prematurely, but and I thought everybody handled it correctly, which is, and Tank, I know this is not the like sexy answer to it. There isn't some huge rift between Caleb Love and the Tar Heels. There isn't a bunch of hard feelings or bad blood, or it is a rare situation where I think we can all agree that it worked out great for both parties.
Yes.
Caleb Love was Pac-12 Player of the Year. Arizona's a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. They had a terrific season. He individually had a terrific season. And I think we can all agree that Carolina is better this year than it was last year. The Tar Heels have had a great year. The makeup of the team has helped R.J. Davis, I think, be an even better player, and you've seen that as he's a consensus first-team All-America and ACC Player of the Year, and Tar Heels are a number one seed in the tournament. So it doesn't have to be something bad. It doesn't have to be something negative. And Caleb Love will always hold an enormous part in Carolina basketball history. He hit one of the biggest non-national championship winning shots in Carolina basketball history in that Final Four game against Duke. He's hit a bunch of big shots in his Carolina career. And so I understand that it makes for an exciting storyline, but there just isn't anything more there than it was time. It was time for the two parties to go separate ways, and it's worked out well for both of them.
Yes, it has. And the last question I have to ask you is, do we have a definitive answer on whether or not Paxson Wojcik is dating Kylie Jenner?
Yes, that definitive answer is no. It is remarkable. It is remarkable. Yet again, we learned the power of the internet to spread disinformation on something that really had no business catching as much fire as it did, and what a silly rumor.
Yeah.
So I think, and for all the people for it to happen to Paxson Wojcik, who is like the lowest key guy on Carolina's team, I think is wild. But Paxson, I think has been a little embarrassed that it took on a life of its own, where he said something in some video after the Michigan State game where I'm sure he was just fired up that the game was over and the Tar Heels had played well, et cetera, and that somehow got legs of its own. So I can tell you the answer is no.
No, definitively no. He may not, he may not be the next in line to hook up with one of the Kardashian kids, but the Tar Heels still in it to win a national championship, and that's a good consolation prize, even if you don't have a famous girlfriend. Jones, good luck tonight on the call. Good luck to the Tar Heels tonight. We'll be following the action here on ESPN Asheville, and hopefully we can touch base with you next Thursday when we're talking about a Final Four appearance.
Sounds great, Tank. Always good to talk with you. I'll do it again soon.
Yes, sir. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
It's not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Tuesday. The very first Tuesday.
New scratch-off tickets are available on the first Tuesday of every month.
Announcer said first Tuesday.
Brand new scratch-offs, brand new fun. Now from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Every first Tuesday. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to your night. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Doug Gottlieb here. March is here. That means Chick Days, planting your garden, and college basketball. Just like in basketball, every team needs its MVP. When it comes to team members who go above and beyond, Tractor Supply has the winning lineup. Our home team at Tractor Supply is excited to support your hometown. We're proud to be part of the excitement of college basketball tournament season, and our home team looks forward to serving your hometown. Because every day is game day at Tractor Supply.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-36 3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
In a developing story, we've learned that after decades of service to boys and girls everywhere, the Easter Bunny has stepped down. He has identified his replacement as a local rabbit who has been seen frequenting area Ingalls markets in recent days. He has been stocking up on Ingalls Easter candy, holiday hams, farm fresh eggs, and Easter lilies and balloons. And they also say that Easter magic indeed starts at Ingalls.
The Sportsocracy.
Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man!
We are back in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. Always want to thank Jones Angell for taking out the time for us each and every Thursday. Well, that we can get him in when they're not playing basketball. And throughout the football season as well. So may just have another, one more, maybe two more checks in with Jones Angell before we take our little break for the summer and then catch up back with him around football season. Speaking of Carolina, the Carolina Panthers made a move yesterday. Jadeveon Clowney, former number 1 draft pick in the NFL, former South Carolina Gamecock, says he's coming back home. I did appreciate that part of it. But
why?
I don't know. I mean, just the fact that, he wants to be closer to home. It's where he's from. All his charitable work is done in the Rock Hill community in upstate South Carolina, and he's got, family that he wants to be closer to. I always like that part of, I could have gone somewhere else, but I want to be closer to home. I'm a mama's boy, so I get wanting to be close to home. Now, the question really for us is 2 years, $20 million, possible $24 million deal for Jadeveon Clowney. Is it worth it for the Carolina Panthers?
Yes. I mean, the value's there. I mean, do I think he's a legit one? No. I think he is the best you could do because with those 2 picks in the 30s, you're not going to add an edge rusher that really replaces Brian Burns. But do I feel like he and DJ Wanham can be enough for a year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, he skyrocketed the pass rush win rate for the Ravens. When he was on the field, they won at an alarmingly higher clip. I don't know that he can be the no-doubt guy. That would be, I guess, the thing that bothers me or worries me.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at Carolina, and you have done that thing that I talk about with teams in the draft quite often. If you said they had we must address this need going into next month, what is that need? Is it wide receiver? No. You've addressed wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be nice to have another one? Sure. Offensive line? I think they have 40 offensive linemen at this point. I mean, for the love of God, if you can't find 5 guys that can make a cohesive offensive line out of what you've got, you may have bigger problems.
Okay.
Edge rusher would probably be my biggest one because I would like to have a third one in that rotation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like corner has gotten to more of an addressable need if one falls, but there's not oh, good Lord, what are we going to do if we don't draft a wide receiver? I think Dan Morgan's done a good job with that. He says he wants to build through the draft, and the rubber will meet the road on that over the course of a few years. But when you don't have a first-round pick, you kind of have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And they threw a lot against the wall at edge. They brought in Chase Young. They signed Wanham. Now you've signed Jadeveon Clowney.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say you're kind of bargain hunting at this point of just finding guys that can fill slot. until you can build this into an actual winner.
Well, you want to fill the slot because I think that Carolina views themselves the way I do, that I don't really believe they're as far behind. I don't think they're as far behind Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and New Orleans as everybody else thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is 4 teams that are kind of in exactly the same boat.
I would agree.
The problem is that 2 of these teams are getting younger and 2 of these teams are getting older, and I obviously want to be on the young side.
Yes. So you want to be on the Carolina side.
I want to be on the Atlanta side.
You want to be on the Atlanta side.
I mean, minus your quarterback, this team's getting younger.
Yes.
Tampa Bay's aging like a dairy product.
Mm-hmm.
And New Orleans is just trying to survive until they can figure out how to get those pictures that Dennis Allen has of somebody doing something awful.
We're just kind of treading water. At least 2 of the teams in this division are treading water. It's my Bucks and the Saints. The others are on the upswing. Now, Bob Brown had a question in the YouTube comments regarding the Carolina Panthers. He wants to know, have we heard anything in Carolina about Tepper wanting to trade for A.J. Brown?
Yes.
And basically just giving Bryce Young a true number 1 wide receiver.
I'm not 100% sure if anybody, if this can be heard, but I have a response. This is what happened when David Tepper called Howie Roseman. It was just Ted DiBiase. You have nothing I want.
Yeah.
I'll pass. I mean, look, I heard probably 15 different names with Carolina. Everything from Brandon Ayuk to Deontay Johnson, who they wound up with. I don't think there's anything to that. You have to always remember where those rumors come from. So you start hearing A.J. Brown has an issue with Jalen Hurts, or he had an issue in the locker room, or Philadelphia's got an issue with him. It really is not hard, especially in this day of having a lot of social media influencers, a lot of social media writers, a lot of people that I'm really resisting the urge to name a couple. Yahoo! Spaces that people work for where they just kind of pull something out of the old keister and go, look at this little rumor I found. No, that's a poo. And you should stop playing with it because that's stupid. What you just said is dumb to dumb to dumb dumb.
Because your hands are going to get all messy.
All mushy. Like just gross.
Ooh. Mushy. Yeah, I don't like you using that term.
I was gonna use the mush your face thing, and then you went down a different path. And
gross.
Yeah,
we don't use that word in connection.
I already had the word in the chamber, and yes, I do see the irony about it.
So trying to fill the big slots, right? Fill the holes that you have on your team. We'll continue to have that discussion coming up after the break.
But before we move past this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
There's 4 teams in the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the live odds on a DraftKings Sportsbook. Which one of these wagers would you be more likely to take? And this is win totals for all the teams in this division.
Okay.
Over under 9.5 wins for the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
That feels about right to me, doesn't it? Does it to you?
Yeah, it's about right on.
Over 8.5 for Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably take the under.
Okay. I'd be on the over on that one.
I would not. I would either avoid it or I'd be on the under. Over under 7.5 for New Orleans.
I think I'd be on the over side.
I think I would be on the over, but I would be leaning to the I'm just not going to touch that because this is all going to fall apart for Dennis Allen at some point.
Yes.
Set Carolina's win total.
Is it 5.5?
You're too high.
Over.
It's 4.5.
Over.
4.5 wins is what you can actively get Carolina's win total at. And there's really only one place that you would ever go to do that, and it's on the DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the Sportsocracy. Whether you're looking for an over-under on Panthers wins, whether you're trying to bet the Tar Heels tonight against Alabama, it doesn't matter what it is you're trying to wager. There's only one place you should do that, and it's on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Deposit Nope. Computer just went boop.
Down.
Just went down. That's not how that was supposed to go.
No, sir. No,
so
sir.
let's try that again. For a limited time, new customers who sign up with promo code WPEK and bet $5, they'll receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. Whether you like playing the player props or the futures bets, or you want that instant gratification of a moneyline wager, you can do it all with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now using code WPEK. Bet $5 to get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code WPEK. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only, new customers only. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit wagering and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Absolutely great weather coming over the next few days. Each day getting warmer right into early next week. Upper 50s today, sunshine this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Tonight breezy and chilly 35. Friday morning some areas of frost, then sunshine and quite breezy at times 65. Saturday warmer, sunny 75. Sunday warmer, Easter Sunday sunny 78. And Monday partly sunny and warmer 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it'll take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 10 million people. Without destroying your credit, they can reduce your interest rates, lower your total payments up to 50% to get you out of debt fast. For a free consultation, call Consolidated Credit now. The program works.
Call 800-988-0848. 800-988-0848. 800-988-0848.
Consolidated Credit Solutions Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33313. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Kansas CSO 0019051. Maryland DM 1492. Oregon DM 892. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission, license number DC83. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debt may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action. Actual interest rates, length of program, and monthly payment reductions will vary by consumer and creditor. Yours could be higher or lower. Not a loan company. We do not lend money.
Join the MB Haynes family and enjoy excellent benefits, including medical, dental, and life insurance, 401k, employee stock ownership program, holidays, and paid vacation. MB Haynes has an immediate need for HVAC commercial service techs, plumbing, and electrical technicians. If you're ready to make a career change that positively impacts your workday and your time off, go to mbhaynes.com/careers to view available positions and apply. That's mbhaynes.com/careers. MB Haynes. Quality, commitment, character.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
We're back counting down to kickoff. Let's look at today's 3 keys to premium pre-gaming with Beast Unleashed, presented by Monster Brewing. Number 1, beat the heat.
Unleash the beast with bold, familiar flavors, 0 caffeine, and 0 sugar.
Number 2, running the option.
There's 4 to choose from: White Haze, Peach Perfect, Scary Berries, and my personal favorite, Mean Green.
And number 3, at 6% ABV, Max Protect.
Always drink responsibly, and you must be 21 or over.
Beast Unleashed, available at your local retailer.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
We're back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Jeremy Greene, what you got weird for us today?
Sean P. Diddy Combs. Oh, sorry.
Dear.
Sorry. You asked. I mean, he's weird, apparently.
That's truly weird.
But that's not my weird story.
Yikes.
My story is about the NCAA tournament and the effect it has on common society. There is a significant surge in something around the NCAA tournament. You care to take a stab at what that is?
No. What?
Vasectomies.
Makes sense.
A study was done in the Boston area. Now, Boston is not a place that is a college basketball hotspot. I would wager if you did one of these in, I don't know, Biloxi, Mississippi, Raleigh, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, maybe you see a trend. I feel like this would even be higher. A Boston area urologist, he was one of the ones quoted for the story. They did a survey of urologists in the Massachusetts area and what happened to their practice during the tournament. Stephen Lazaro said an average week, 20 to 30 vasectomies. First of all, I would love to know how you got into that business, because I'm not so sure I understand how you went through medical school and went, that's the one. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Just sharp things near something sharp things aren't supposed to go near. Mm-hmm. During tournament week, it more than doubles. And the thought process is, when you have a vasectomy, you're supposed to take it easy for 2 or 3 days. So guys go, what better time to do that than when I can sit on my couch and watch college basketball for 4 days?
Because I'm not really interested in anything else. Daytime TV is probably worse than it was when I was in high school, and I don't want to do that all day. Obviously, you can stream whatever you want these days, but why would you not do this at this time if that's, if that were in your plans? I'm not saying I'd go get one just so I could watch the tournament.
As somebody that's had one, I should go ahead and tell you, you should get one.
Why?
Oh, you just should. It takes a lot of fear out of your heart.
No fear left in this heart.
Yeah, but your wife had a hysterectomy, didn't she?
Exactly.
Oh.
I have no chance of impregnating that woman.
You know what?
And and there's zero chance of me doing that with anybody else. So,
bar none, that is the smartest thing you've ever said on this show. We've been doing this for 5 years. That is the smartest thing you've said. According to Brigham and Women's Faulkner Hospital, March is the most popular month to schedule a vasectomy. Would you think it would be the most popular? I mean, because for me, there are a couple times that I would look at and go, that's good.
It would be this or Masters Week.
Masters Weekend was the one I had in my head. Just get Jim Nance dulcet tones for 4 days, which is good because for 2, you don't really, it's frozen peas and quiet noises. Okay. Hello, friends. Live from Butler Cabin.
Yes.
I don't need to be like jumping up and down, and I need calmer.
Yes. That's true, because you are an active watcher of sports. I mean, watching games with you, watching football, basketball. I mean, you are animated, I will say.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you get into it. It's quite the scene.
Hey, Tank,
you would think he's coaching the teams.
Oh, you should see me in my house.
He has way more energy during a football game that he's watching on television than Todd Bowles has ever had about anything in his entire life.
Oh, and you ought to watch me television coaching a basketball game. I'll only do that at my house.
Yep.
I thought I threw my back out watching, I can't remember what game that was last weekend. I had a significant wager on it.
My weird story comes to us from North Carolina. Knightdale, North Carolina. I feel like I've had a lot of North Carolina stories here lately, and it's not I'm not looking for North Carolina stories. They just kind of jump up and bite you right in the keister. Knightdale, North Carolina. So there is it's either new or it's a remodeled Bojangles that is going up in Knightdale. And the other day, Gonzalez Gardening and Landscape LLC, they were doing some work outside of this new remodeled Bojangles. And one of the workers noticed something strange. What?
You keep going.
No, you don't like my Bojangles?
That's a weird thing you said. You say weird things sometimes.
They were doing the work outside, and they noticed that they had put the new sign up in the red Bojangles letters, but it doesn't say Bojangles. It says Bojagnales. They screwed up the letters, so it's Bojagnles. So they, of course, he posted it on social media and was like, haha, look at this, ain't it funny? The response from Bojangles to me was hilarious because they responded to the post by saying that, quote, we're biscuit masters, not spelling bee champions. And I just want to say, biscuit master was probably one of the things Jeremy got called in college.
I mean, look, I've seen pictures of me from that time of my life. I've seen pictures of you from that time of your life.
I'm not claiming it.
If one of us got called Biscuit Master, it'd be you. And there's no less than 3 reasons that would have made sense for you.
I mean, I do love a Bojangles biscuit.
I don't. I mean, I love Bojangles.
I was going to say, what?
I love Bojangles. I don't love biscuits. I like fluffy bread. Now, I will say if I'm going to get a biscuit, it is from Bojangles because they have that buttery, whole, not crispy. Biscuits just get really hard.
Oh, yeah, if you leave them sitting out.
No. Fluffy. I like fluffy bread. That's the reason I get their chicken sandwich, which has really fluffy, wonderful bread.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I may be off base on this, but I believe that the Bojangles biscuit is the best biscuit, at least the best fast food biscuit that you can get out there. Do you disagree? Are you a McDonald's biscuit guy? Okay, good.
No, although I will drill a steak, egg, and cheese bagel now that it's back. I'm trying to think of anywhere that has a better biscuit. I think you're right. Yeah. I think that is the best biscuit in the game.
KFC's close.
And then you have the croissant from Burger King, which is also just
lovely. Chef's kiss, yes. All right. It is the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Take a quick break. When we come back, who knows what the hell we'll talk about.
Has been featured in national publications like Good Housekeeping and Woman's Day. And check out this 5-star Google review. My dental experience was wonderful. I cannot say enough about Dr. Merrill and her amazing team at Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry. Dr. Merrill took time to explain everything. She made me feel relaxed and confident that I was in good hands. I apologize for those tears at your office. Those were tears of joy. Thank you all so much, and thank you, Dr. Merrill, for the hope to get my smile back. Check out Asheville Smiles online at AshevilleSmiles.com.
People are talking about Summit Dental in Asheville. Just check out their Google reviews. One patient writes, I'll start by saying I really hate going to the dentist. My anxiety is always through the roof, and I'm always so nervous. However, Summit Dental may be the first place that my anxiety is actually not going through the roof. The staff that works at Summit are an incredible team. They're kind, knowledgeable, and funny. I left feeling confident that we have a plan to help restore my teeth and get me on track to a better smile. Find out more about Summit Dental at AshevilleSummitDental.com or call 828-277-6868.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, taxes, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Next Step Recovery in Asheville provides safe and structured homes and a full clinical outpatient program for men struggling with drugs and alcohol. Next Step Recovery is an intensive, small, and intimate program with a 2-to-1 patient ratio and 3 master-level addiction clinicians on staff. Verify your insurance with us online. Currently in network with Blue Cross Blue Shield and now Aetna. Healing from addiction is a journey. Learn more today at nextsteprecovery.com. That's nextsteprecovery.com.
This is the time of year to enjoy life. Stop letting that pain in your joints keep you from doing what you want to do this spring. Call QC Kinetics now. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking lasting joint pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a fact. QC Kinetics is literally transforming lives. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Pro athletes have been doing this for decades, but now this life-changing treatment is available for you, so you can walk and run and climb stairs and play golf and move again pain-free. No pain pills, no risky surgery. This is an all-natural solution. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have reclaimed their mobility. Take action now and live your best life this spring and summer. It's a great use of your tax refund check, by the way. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Phone 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517 in Asheville and in Greenville.
Welcome to the Ingles Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingles Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingles Table at ingles-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingles Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Actually, I should say back in the Foodocracy here on ESPN Asheville, because once we went down the path of biscuits, we really couldn't think of anything else.
I had a revelation that I'm going to give to you in just a minute. Tank said something in the break that I feel as though it needs to be discussed.
Well, okay, so
because see, you claim to be a great Southern boy and all these things.
Yes.
I don't. I got the accent, but I am about as country as corn pudding.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a British thing. We don't do that here.
I was raised on all the Southern delicacies, you know, and the things that have made Jeremy's skin crawl. Talking about
such as
liver mush.
Out.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one. I mean, like fried catfish, stuff like he hates all of that stuff. But
give me a good piece of mahi, we can talk. You start getting into bottom feeder pussy catfish, I'm out. That's gross. Those things will eat car batteries. They just get out of here with a catfish.
I love it. I love fried catfish. I love all of the Southern foods. Now, what I'm about to say is not an indictment on yours or your families or whatever, but as a Southern Range gentleman, my guiltiest pleasure is a canned biscuit. I prefer canned biscuits to homemade biscuits. And now let me follow that up with, it's because I didn't have anybody in my family that really made great biscuits. They were fine. They were okay. You know, a little floury sometimes, and then sometimes they just didn't end up quite fluffy as I wanted them to be. I have had some fantastic homemade biscuits. And sure, if they're at the ready, I would probably grab one of those before I would grab a Pillsbury Grand Biscuit. But you can never go wrong with the Pillsbury Grand Biscuit to me.
it's always there. It's always good. It's always awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The Pillsbury, the layered, flaky, because you asked me which Pillsbury
Yeah, is it the buttermilk home style?
I searched it.
Or is it the buttery layers?
It's the buttery layers, and that is the Rolls Royce of the biscuit world.
Bingo.
But then, and this is where it took an aggressive turn. John Carmen in our YouTube chat said Red Lobster's cheddar biscuits are the best. And I had never had anybody say that to me in a biscuit discussion. And then I had a thought of what would happen if you got a good Red Lobster cheddar biscuit and you took an egg and some bacon and you ate it.
Oh.
I can't be the first person that's ever gotten to that point. I don't understand why somebody's not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Red Lobster doesn't serve breakfast, for one.
Well, they should start because lobster in your eggs is awesome. So let's go.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm casting the side eye across the table because that sounds weird to me.
Oh, it's good lobster eggs. Eat it in the mouth and just. It's so good.
You just went full Neanderthal man there for a second.
I do that sometimes when basically it's only with things that are over 5,000 calories. Kind of like that quesadilla from Taco Bell that I just eviscerated earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Cantina case of whatever it is. It comes with a lot of sauces, and I'm a saucy boy. So it's real, real good.
Yep. Again, like I said, it's not to cast aspersions on anybody's mammy's biscuits. Her homemade biscuits are fantastic. I know they are.
Oh, I'm totally casting aspersions on some. On some. Some of you say, "Oh, grandmammy makes the best biscuits," and then them bad boys are drier than a hay dude.
Right.
And I'm gonna say you're doing bread wrong.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I dated a girl. She said my grandmother makes the best biscuits. I swear to God, I could have killed everybody in that room with that plan made of biscuits. Just ninja star.
Yeah.
I could have ninja starred everybody in that family. Nobody would survive.
These biscuits are terrible.
They were those things were as dense as.
Oh God.
They were Kelvin Benjamin dense, and they were about the size of a Hyundai hubcap.
so way bigger than cat head biscuits.
Oh yeah.
We're talking like Brian Haynes head biscuits.
Yes. And them things were just dry. Good Lord.
Or
honestly, I swear to you, those biscuits could have been made with Lubriderm, and at least they wouldn't have been so damn dry. The taste couldn't have been all that much worse.
Yeah.
Ugh. Awful. Just awful.
Yeah. Let's see here. Kelvin Joyner says he bets you never had hog head cheese.
I don't even know what that is, and it sounds horrid.
I don't either, and I mean that just sounds gross.
I'm okay. So
I've had boar's head meats from Ingles supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
Boom, and that's the only head I need when it comes to foods and things.
Hog head cheese sounds like some kind of a derivative of the UVA, and I don't want it.
No doubt. That sounds like something you need an antibiotic.
I got a case of the hog head cheese.
I'm going to need you to stop right there. Just stop. I don't understand why people eat gross things. Like cow is good. All cow is good.
Yep.
From the top of its head to the tip of its hooves, it is a delicious critter.
Even to the tip of its tongue?
No. That's in its head. Bad. Okay, from underneath its head. Don't eat things.
No brains.
Stop eating weird stuff. Just there's so much good. Why do we have to eat weird crap?
Mm-hmm.
We're not on Survivor.
Yeah, no. Joe Rogan ain't coming around the corner to give you $1 million if you eat that.
No, just eat the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the good stuff, you can find plenty of the good stuff, or at least funds for all the good stuff, if you take Jeremy's advice. You make yourself a winner with the DraftKings Sportsbook. It is now live in North Carolina. Download the app today. It's an official sports betting partner of NASCAR, and it's all live, and you can bet on all your favorite sports, anytime, anywhere, right here in the Tar Heel State with DraftKings. And for a limited time, new customers who sign up with the promo code WPEK and bet $5 will receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. DraftKings has all the best features, and you want to get in on the action. Right now, go download it. Get in on tonight's Sweet 16 action. We got the Tar Heels there. You know, that's maybe not a bad wager against Alabama tonight. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code WPEK and bet $5 and get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code WPEK. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC. NASCAR is not a sponsor of this promotion and used under license.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Absolutely great weather coming over the next 2 days. Each day getting warmer right into early next week. Upper 50s today, sunshine this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Tonight breezy and chilly 35. Friday morning some areas of frost and sunshine and quite breezy at times 65. Saturday warmer, sunny 75. Sunday warmer, Easter Sunday sunny 78. And Monday partly sunny and warmer 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday! The very first Tuesday.
New scratch-off tickets are available on the first Tuesday of every month.
Announcer said first Tuesday.
Brand new scratch-offs, brand new fun. Now from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Every first Tuesday.
Tuesday!
Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
Hey, baseball fans, did you know that Fubo has the most MLB games you can get without cable? That's right. Only Fubo has the broadcast networks and regional networks you need to watch your home team all year long. Out of market? Don't worry. Fubo has MLB TV too. Watch on all your devices, at home and on the go. Baseball season is finally here. Get Fubo today. Start streaming FuboTV.com. That's FUBOTV.com.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls Studio.
We're back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. They're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat. It is a Threadbare Thursday, so you can get your thoughts in, your questions, topics, whatever you want talked about. We'll try to get to as many of them as possible over the next 58 minutes of this here program, our last of the week, as we will be observing the Good Friday holiday tomorrow. And here on ESPN Asheville tomorrow, you will hear the Atlanta Braves baseball. We will have Braves in action tomorrow for opening day because they got rained out today. It's all nasty weather up in New York and Philadelphia. So you had the Phillies and the Braves were supposed to play today, but that got pushed off to tomorrow. It is actually a 3:05 start. The email that we got yesterday said 1:40 start, but it is a 3:05 start tomorrow afternoon. But we will be taking the holiday anyway. So tune in to ESPN Asheville for Braves baseball all season long. We've got Sweet 16 going on. North Carolina Tar Heels in action tonight here on ESPN Asheville. Tip-off of that game is tentatively set for 9:50 tonight.
Can somebody explain to me why Clemson, who has tens and tens of basketball fans, and is playing Arizona, which is a West Coast team, is playing early, and North Carolina, the most popular team in college basketball, and Alabama, which is one time zone away.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that game tipping off at 10 o'clock at night?
I cannot tell you.
Anybody care to try to explain that to me?
Other than you look at it and you wanted the primetime matchup. You wanted the primetime matchup in the L.A. region for the L.A. fans, I guess. I mean, it doesn't make sense since the East Coast is the only one that really cares about college basketball and the West Coast really doesn't. I don't know. Because, I mean, hell, the Clemson game's going to tip off at 4 local time in L.A. So Carolina would be tipping off at 7 o'clock.
Red Seed said he was promised a show tomorrow for his birthday. We got something in the time slot. Have no fear. Keep that. It won't be live, but keep that. Keep the old phone close.
Indeed, and a happy early birthday.
Correct.
To Red Sea.
Yeah, we didn't anticipate the Braves getting rained out on opening day. We didn't think we were going to be here today. And then, well, thank God.
Here we are.
She got sidled down the road.
Just do keep that in mind, Sportsocracy fans, though. Baseball season is upon us, and we will have those, not every week, but we will have some days where we can't be here because the Braves will be playing in the afternoon time slot on the travel days, which it looks like on my just 30,000-foot view of the schedule this year is going to be on Wednesdays.
Yes.
So
we basically, through the baseball season, we miss about a day a week.
Yeah, roundabout, which is just fine.
Which is also why, if you look at our business calendar, that's business time. There's a reason for that.
Yes. Well, I mean, because once football season starts, it's back to 7 days a week, every week.
7 months of commercial-free football.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, today in this little time slot here, we usually do the daily draft, and yesterday who was it that came up with the idea?
Kelvin Joyner, I think.
Okay. All right, somebody came up with the idea of karaoke songs.
All right, so I want to do this a different way.
Okay.
We put this out on the social media. We've gotten some good answers. If you hit any of these, I will detail them. If not, I will do it at the end. I want you to do go-to karaoke songs. And I will do karaoke songs that nobody on this planet outside of the person that wrote the damn song should ever do, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start, and the first one is that stupid Sheryl Crow Kid Rock song. If you sing that in public, you are awful. Stop trying to hook up with the girl at the bar with the good voice. I've seen you do it. I know who you are. Do not mess with me. I will say names. I've done this. I was a karaoke DJ for a while. Stop it.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I see that drink in your hand. It's the same thing as the drink in her hand. Stop it. Stop assaulting our ear holes. It is awful. The best version of that I've ever heard still made me think about just getting in my car and driving until it ran out of gas.
That is a terrible song. I don't know why anyone would want to sing that at karaoke. But, I don't know. Maybe that says something about the clientele.
Evan Doyle said, please don't, but God, is it hilarious to witness. It is the first 100 times you see it, and then when you get into the 5,000th time you've seen it, the humor has worn off.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore.
Because it is the exact same story every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a dude who is tone blind. I mean, literally couldn't carry a tune in a forklift. And a girl that can sing reasonably well, and she's in that solid 5 to 7 range, and she's drinking, having fun, usually by herself, maybe with one friend. And, hey, what you drinking? We should sing songs together. It should be good. You know that Sheryl Crow Kid Rock song? Move. Go. Out.
Not that one.
Kitty, don't give them any more booze.
All right.
Everybody that goes to karaoke bars, including Matthew Hoffman, I guarantee you just heard that and went, reach! He is spitting right now.
So explain my side of this again.
So you're picking like actual go-to bangers. You go to a karaoke bar and you hear somebody sing it and you go, yes, you suck, but that was fun.
Okay. The number one for me is Sweet Caroline.
Oh, God, that could be on my list.
The Neil Diamond song. To me, it's always a crowd pleaser because it's interactive, right? Everybody knows the Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. Yeah. I think I don't know that I've ever been to karaoke where someone did not sing that song.
Oh, I've done it a lot of times.
And I don't think I've ever been there where the crowd didn't really enjoy it because we're all drunk and we all can sing along with that song. Number two, this is another duet or possibly a whole bunch of drunk people getting up on stage to sing Love Shack by the B-52s.
God, this is working out better than I could have ever imagined because you have literally chosen two songs that I absolutely despise.
Really?
You're the only person I know that could sing Love Shack and me not hate it because you can imitate that guy so well.
Oh, I love that guy. If you see a faded sign at the side of the road. I love B-52 in songs that aren't Love Shack.
Yeah, he does that with like serious songs and it's hard to take him serious anymore.
But I can't, I need to find somebody who can do the female part. And I don't know any of those people because I can't my wife will not sing in public and you're all welcome for that.
Oh, is it less than ideal?
Not good. Not good. She's the kind that she's driving in the car and a song will come on and she'll start singing with the radio and then the boys are in the back going, please stop! Stop singing!
Stop doing that. Stop doing it!
And then I have to whip out the Fred from the B-52s to make them laugh. If you see a faded sign, it's as big as a whale.
Oh, yeah, you do things sometimes that I don't know what to do with that. So never a Queen song. Any Queen song that ever existed, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Don't do it ever under any circumstances.
Not even Crazy Little Thing Called Love. That's a good low song. Like that's a low octave. You don't have to try to hit those.
No.
Okay. All right.
If Freddie Mercury sang it, you shouldn't.
Fat Bottom Girls?
That is the one acceptable one.
Mm-hmm.
But it needs to be a fat guy singing it. That's sadly enough, I'm thinking of a person that I've seen do this song. That's funny. Every other, all right. So I'm gonna give you a real life dramatization.
Does his name start with a C?
No.
Okay.
It starts with a J.
I was trying to guess.
I hear, "Is this the real world?" And I immediately start thinking, "Is this the real world?" Because I want to slam my head through that window right there at full speed. In front of you and everybody,
yeah.
And you can clean up the mess because it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. That is, by the way, apparently, according to this survey I'm looking at, that is the number one most popular karaoke song, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes, and it's awful. It's always been awful. It will always be awful, which leads me into my now understand, I'm not saying any of these songs are bad. I'm saying you shouldn't sing them.
Yes.
And by you, I mean all of you. Unless you're Freddie Mercury or possibly Adam Lambert, or maybe if you're related to one of those two people, we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, stop it. Stop it right now. And that leads me into my next one. Any song ever done by Whitney Houston, any song ever done by Celine Dion, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Because we're all sitting back going, oh, my good Lord.
Don't do it.
Stop hitting that horse. It's already dead. That horse. It's brutal. You should not ever do that ever again.
Yep. Okay. My next selection. I'm actually just going to go with one that is, I don't think many people should sing it. But I have been to, well, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I have been to the Social in East Asheville.
It's the ultimate karaoke bar in the city.
It is for karaoke night, and there are no less than 3 people that I've heard perform this song at said karaoke, and went, I could never do that. I could never do that because that was really good. It's Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh, was I one of those
You
people?
were one of those. You were one of those people. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Perry? Ryan Perry?
Yes.
I've heard him do it. Not only at his shows, but also at the karaoke. And it just makes you sit back and go, as long as it's done really, really well, I can appreciate it.
Yeah, Ryan Perry and I actually grew up singing karaoke together.
Did you?
We came up doing karaoke together.
Ah, okay. I am envious. I am envious of anybody who can pull that song off, and the guy sitting right across from me is one of them. So kudos to you, sir.
Thank you.
My next one.
I'll just go ahead and tell you, there are 2 songs.
Oh, I got it.
So long as you don't say these 2 songs, my 2 picks will take exactly 4 seconds.
I actually feel like I have a chance to steal one of yours here, because I know how much you hate this song, and I know how popular it is with those who do sing the karaoke.
Okay, hold on. We'll count it down, because I have a funny feeling you're taking one of the ones I'm getting ready to say.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
What's
Don't
up?
stop.
No.
Oh, I chose the wrong one.
No, it's What's
Up.
Up.
It was the other one.
It's What's Up by 4 Non-Blondes.
Ever. Never do it. Ever.
Yeah.
That was the other one.
Ugh. I knew it was. I knew.
Oh, good Lord. You talk about Morgan Wallen's little brother, Caterwallen. My God, I have heard that song done so unbelievably badly.
But we all us 90s kids grew up on that song and love it and know every word. And so it's obviously a go-to when I'm real drunk and I just need to remember the words to a song. I got it.
What's going on?
That one about
4
waking up
Non-Blondes.
in the morning and smoking weed. I like that song.
Yeah, let me, okay. Let me just, I'll do a quick aside on that song. That was my next pick. So we picked the same song back to back.
Yeah.
Let me give you a piece of advice. If you are one of those 90s kids and you want to sing that song, it's late, you got a heartburn pill to take, and you need to go to bed and not sing that song in public, ever, for any reason. The other one is Don't Stop Believing.
Yes.
I'm not saying that is a bad song. It is. But
stop that.
That's not the point.
That's a great song.
No, not to any DJ ever. And you want me to tell you why? Because of a very specific girl. I'm not going to detail this girl, but you know this girl, and as I describe this girl, you will see a picture in your head, and you might have a name. Of you request that song, you play it on the Touch Tunes or whatever jukebox, any room you're in, and you're 7 margs deep. You're gonna cry. I know it. I know it as well as you do. You're gonna cry. You're probably gonna have a reversal of fortune at some point. And as you're crying, you're gonna look for your friend who's, for some reason, his name is always Kelly. And when this song hits and that chorus starts, you are going to be in just trailer park ecstasy with your hands raised high going, this song's about me. It was written before you were born. No, it's not. That felt good. That felt good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. If this is like karaoke rehab, I'm here for it. Because
Feeling
I felt
cleansed?
that. Oh, yeah. I felt that in my plums.
Yep.
I did.
My
I felt
plums.
that. I felt that in the subcockles. That was wonderful.
All right.
I hate that song with every fiber of my soul.
Okay. It's a classic. It is a classic, but only if Steve Perry does it.
Yeah, and he's not.
Mm-mm.
He's not showing up. Not going to do it.
Nope.
And your version.
Although I will say, I will give these guys a little shout out because they have played in this area several times, and they're very good if you ever get a chance to go see them. Trial by Fire. They are a Journey tribute band, and that guy, I mean, he didn't look like Steve Perry. I mean, he looks like he ate Steve Perry, but he can hit all the notes, and it's real, real good. So if they ever
Why
come
is
right
it always
around,
big dudes that can sing Journey?
I don't know.
We used to have a bouncer at one of my bars that he was like 14 feet tall and could just crush Journey.
I don't know what it is. All right. Do you have a fifth selection?
I've already given 5 because I just took 4 non-blondes.
We're doing it.
Oh,
okay.
100%. Yeah, I don't care.
Names on the door.
Don't care.
Okay.
That's
right.
one of them.
Fair enough.
That is one of them. It's awful. You should never do it. And frankly, I am angry at the 4 non-blondes for giving us that song.
Let's see, my last selection here. I have to give a nod to Amanda. Amanda Fox, she responded on your post yesterday. And this is another go-to for all of us 90s kids because we know all the words and we want to show everybody how hip we are because we can rap.
You're about to say Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Ice Baby. Yeah. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Let's go.
Let's go.
I know all the words, and I can do it front to back and back to front. And I have done it at karaoke before.
See, now I just want to go to a karaoke night tonight and just do nothing but songs and impersonations.
Mm-hmm. See, my goal most of the time when I'm done with the fun of the karaoke, because honestly, this is one of those things you go, hey, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go karaoke. It's fun for maybe the first 3 songs, and that not the first 3 songs that you sing, but the first 3 songs period that get sung, and then it just turns into, all right, how ridiculous can this get? So I always like to wait until the evening gets a little deeper, and then see how badly I can throw everybody off by doing something just dumb. Like Roger Miller's King of the Road is a go-to for me.
Yeah, that you are that guy.
Yes.
I always knew you were that guy.
I'm coming up, and I'm going to knock it out.
See, I love to do 90s hip-hop as Lou Holtz. 369. There she fine. She's talking to me one more time. Get low. To the window, to the wall.
Oh, dear.
I can't say the rest of it, but I want to. So bad, because that's the funny part.
Do not. I have been known to break out some Jethro Tull at a karaoke.
You would.
Yeah.
You would.
A little Bungle in the Jungle.
You would do all of those things.
I do love it. Because it makes everybody super uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes it more fun for me that way.
Oh, yeah. There's always one. What is that god-awful song? I literally one of these days I'm going to write a book, My Life in the Karaoke Business, and things you should never, ever, ever, ever do in public. Ever. Ever.
Mm-hmm. What was it?
Oh, just things that I've seen people do at karaoke bars. Just don't sing the super vulgar song at 11 o'clock at night. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. There's the Tenacious D. That Tenacious D.
That's meant to be funny.
Yeah.
It's meant to be. So I guess I kind of give that one a pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
We're talking about the same song, right? The Gently song?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page here. I have heard you do I'm on a Boat several times at karaoke. Yeah. You seem to have a lot of fun with that.
That's usually 47 beers deep. Like, I want to say so many bad words.
And then, of course, we have to close this out with the PSA of if you are in a karaoke bar and you see Jeremy Greene get up on stage and start singing Take Me Home Country Roads,
I'll cry.
He will cry.
I will cry.
And it's time for him to go night-night.
No doubt. That's actually the best way to judge if it's time for me to go night-night. If I hear Country Roads and immediately cry, I should have gone home 4 beers ago.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
It's not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Tuesday. The very first Tuesday.
New scratch-off tickets are available on the first Tuesday of every month.
Announcer said first Tuesday.
Brand new scratch-offs, brand new fun. Now from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Every first Tuesday. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
Hey, it's Mark Starling from First News on 570, and I've been going to Summit Dental in Asheville with Dr. Chad Reinhardt for years. They're fantastic, but you don't have to take my word for it. Check out some of these 5-star reviews from Google. After searching for a dentist for months, I finally found this place. I needed some serious dental work, and they got me in within a week. If you're anxious about going to the dentist, I assure you this is the place that can give you a new outlook on having dental work done. They're upfront, honest, and caring people who only want the best for their patients. You gotta check out Summit Dental in Asheville with Dr. Chad Reinhardt, home of the Comfort Menu.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
WWNC is Western North Carolina's election station.
With the key races and the stories behind the big issues.
From the county to Congress to the White House.
On News Radio 570 WWNC.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like Freeform Radio. Search Freeform Radio and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for.
Dog with a fire of 1,000 suns.
He's just traumatized. He's got PTSD.
I had him and Brian Hall singing it on each side of me in the
Oh,
break.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that song is terrible.
Hurry up and bring your jukebox money. All right, it is the Sportsocracy.
I think Adam Scarborough's right.
Say?
People who have never listened to this show really need their first listen to be on a nothing football day to talk about.
Yes.
I think you're right. Because you'll realize that Tank and I actually could do a pop culture show, but nothing of current pop culture because we hate all of it.
No, it would definitely have to be the retro show.
No doubt. The world has not given – I was thinking about this earlier today. The world has not given us anything new. There hasn't been a new movie. It's just recycled crap.
Mm-hmm.
We have several genres of music. There hasn't been a good rock song come out in 27 years. The last good pop song that came out, I'm not sure I was actually alive when it came out. Right now, we have Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, and a handful of other country guys that are doing really good new stuff. Everything else is crap. All of it. 90s hip-hop, I will go round and round with you because I am way more into rap than you would ever think a dude that looks like this would. And if you're not watching this on YouTube and you don't know what I look like, take the brawny man and make him really like butter. That's what I look like.
Sloan Jordan says he once did a Broadway-only karaoke show. So imagine all those hours and 6 to 7 songs, because that's the only ones anybody knows.
I won
just Broadway tunes.
I won what is called a gender bender contest. That was in Myrtle Beach, I think.
All right.
And I won $2,500 cash. Men could only sing songs that were sung by women.
Okay.
And women could only sing songs that were done by men. And I did Adele and won. Seriously.
What song?
Let's see. The first one was
Rolling in the Deep?
No. No,
like,
that one's a little too high.
I was going to say.
No, she had another song that was really, really popular. And I don't remember what it was. It's big and it's loud.
Mm-hmm.
And people saw
Is that the Hello song?
Yes, it
Or
was.
is that too new?
From the other side.
Yeah.
Must have called it out. Yeah.
Hello from the other side. That's impressive. I only sing that one in my car.
Yeah, I did that one real loud and real good, and I was hoosed. I woke up with a pocket full of cash and went, what the did I do last night?
Scarborough says Tank doing Jewel Foolish Games would be epic. I don't know that I know that one off the top of my head.
It's the Who Would Save Your Souls thing. Or no, that's not right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the really like, yeah, no, I don't even want to think about that. Oh, God.
He's like, no, please don't.
I got to get that out of my brain.
No.
Now I'm
Well, see, now I have to know, so now I have to look it up and play it.
Oh, no, it's terrible.
It's terrible. But it's Jewel, and she's so cute with that little rat tooth she's got.
At Sports Take ESPN.
She is. She came to the station one time many years ago and played in the in the KISS studio, and they wanted me to cover it for the news department, and I was like, yeah, I will sit at leg level and watch her do her angelic thing. Oh, I don't know, just something about Jewel that always made me pine as a young man.
Yeah. I look at music, and music really stopped for me in 2004 outside of Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, and a few others. You know this song. It's awful. Why are you doing this?
Because I have to. Okay, yeah, I got it. I don't need to. Yeah, that is a terrible song. I don't like that one.
It's awful.
No, I'm not doing Jewel. All righty here. So, looks like we're running up on a break here in the Sportsocracy.
It's because we went 22 minutes talking about horrible karaoke songs.
Well, look, sometimes you get a little distracted. Sometimes you get off the beaten path. Okay? And you don't always find your way back.
It's not even so much that we do a sports show. We do a sports-themed show that is really like a floating TED Talk. 3 hours every day.
Mm-hmm.
Just ways to live your life. And we're changing the world. One listener at a time. There's somebody in their car right now going, will you please just talk about sports? We did.
For a bunch. We talk about sports all the time.
Yes.
One thing I want to talk about right now, though, is sports wagering, because DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of NASCAR, is now live in North Carolina, and you can legally bet on all of your favorite sports anywhere right here in the Tar Heel State with DraftKings. And for a limited time, new customers who sign up with the promo code WPEK and bet $5 will receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. This is going to pay off for you way more than ever going to a karaoke show will. You will have so much more fun with the DraftKings Sportsbook app than you will have at a karaoke show. At least, if you're there for longer from 3 songs. They have all the best features, same-game parlays, player props, and more with fast and easy payouts right at your fingertips. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now using the code WPEK and bet $5 to get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code WPEK. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC. NC. NASCAR, not a sponsor of this promotion and used under license.
Oxygen Tempo Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Absolutely great weather coming over the next few days. Each day getting warmer right into early next week. Upper 50s today, sunshine this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Tonight breezy and chilly 35. Friday morning some areas of frost and sunshine and quite breezy at times 65. Saturday warmer, sunny 75. Sunday warmer, Easter Sunday sunny 78. And Monday partly sunny and warmer 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
No matter what the day brings, count on Juicy Juice for the good stuff. Give kids the nutrients of real 100% fruit juice to help them conquer the day with no sugar added and no artificial sweeteners. Find Juicy Juice at your favorite local grocery retailer. Info at juicyjuice.com.
The most common form of treatment for the arthritic joints is normally cortisone injections and gel shots and over-the-counter medications. And most patients have tried all of that and are still in pain.
Every day, Dr. Aaron Wolkoff, a QC Kinetics medical director, meets patients who have exhausted every method to get relief. They've been told surgery is their only option.
They want to stay away from that path, and they come to us almost as the last hope. So we're using our own body's properties to help manage pain, to help slow arthritis down, keep the patients active with no downtime, and getting back to what they enjoy doing. I mean, I love what I do.
QC Kinetics regenerative treatments from our board-certified providers help heal and restore aching joints. No surgery, harmful drugs, or downtime. Call for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Over 50,000 police officers are assaulted each year. Help police by not escalating. Address any complaints after the encounter. Comply now, complain later. Keep everybody safe. This message brought to you by the National Police Association. Learn more at nationalpolice.org.
It's the moment you dream of, the moment you work for, train for.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or ClarissaSellsWNC@gmail.com.
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It's time for the most important message of the day.
Sean Puff Daddy Combs!
Oh.
I mean, don't do crimes!
Oh, wow. Oh, dear Lord. It is time for the most important message of the day, which is don't do crimes. And I got a story here about Chasen Bradford. Does that name sound familiar? No, it doesn't, because he was just a pitcher for the New York Mets. He got a DUI the other day. Why is this important? Because when he got his DUI, it was on the day he graduated from the police academy.
That's poorly timed.
He no longer is a pitcher in the Mets organization. He is 34 years old, and he spent 1 year with the New York Mets, and he is now living in Nevada. And he was going through the academy with the Henderson Police Department, and he was arrested the day that he graduated from the academy. He didn't even get to start the job yet. He was so excited that he was going to be a cop that he did that thing that you're not supposed to do. Not supposed to be out drinking and driving when you're new to the force.
Or old to the
force. Or whatever. I mean, it's just bad timing.
Don't drink and drive.
You should have stuck with baseball.
My story is about Ohio English teacher Jennifer Rajiska. She was caught up in a sweep that the state of Ohio did on their teachers. What were they looking for, you might ask? How many of our teachers have OnlyFans accounts? Well, she was one of them.
Uh-huh.
And she has resigned her post from the Springfield local school district. But in doing so, she penned a letter that kind of reads like when LeBron James decided to go back home to Cleveland.
Oh, no.
I remember just read a line or two. Regardless of what I do in my private life for the sake of keeping a roof over my family's head and a car parked in the garage, I remain one of the greatest English teachers to ever serve in the Springfield local school district.
This is totally a letter Jeremy would write.
Oh, it's so awful. She quoted William Shakespeare, compared herself to Juliet, then penned another letter in which she channeled To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay, I'll give you this. You seem to have learned a book or two.
But it's basically all the ones we've all read.
No doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
Every one of us. There's not a person alive who didn't read To Kill a Mockingbird in school.
I've learned 6 books. You quoted 2 of the ones I read.
Right. Those freshman English. Come on.
So I would expect better from one of the greatest English teachers to ever live.
No doubt. I mean, quote me some Rilke or something.
Now, my question is, are you as good in your new profession as you were in your first? Sorry.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It would be hard, right? She says she's the greatest of all time.
Goat. That goat talk could come in handy in your new profession, depending on what kind of clientele you have.
I feel like we need links. We need to know. We need to put this to the test. We need to know if she's the greatest of all time or not.
Just get fired and move on. It's fine.
I just think it's hilarious that people keep doing this.
I just think it's funny that people care.
100% I care.
I will never... what, you care that a teacher has an OnlyFans?
Yes.
Why? Why would you care? Who
because
cares?
I have children in that class, and I don't need them to know that.
Well, if you got children in that class, they shouldn't know that in the first place.
There's no way not to know it.
Oh, there's a way to not know it.
No. Someone is going to find out.
Oh, good Lord.
They always find out.
Hubert Quaid just won. Hubert Quaid just won. He won the day. I can't say that, but I want to really, really bad.
Yeah.
Why? God, I love you guys so much.
No.
You say things that I'm not allowed to say, and it makes me laugh. And then people on the radio go, I wonder what they said. Then they go to our YouTube page, and they go, I wish I hadn't looked that up.
Someone is always going to find out. And if you're a teacher and you have an OnlyFans account, quit now. Because this is only going to end in embarrassment for you.
Selling's legal, cavorting's legal. Why is selling, cavorting not legal? You know why? Because the government can't tax it. 9 scariest words in the English language. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
No, it's completely legal. There are just some things that you shouldn't be doing on the side if you're teaching children.
Yeah, I'm not a
and
moralist.
Cavorting on the internet is not one of them.
I'm not a moralist.
Of course you're not.
I'm more worried if you have an IQ above salad dressing, which, seem to be a few old teaches that I see on the interwebs that they don't.
All right, you're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. Jeremy's going to have a parlay of the night coming up for you after the next break here in the program. We never really found our way into the who has the biggest needs to fill in the NFL.
Well, we were supposed to do that on the other side of Jadeveon Clowney. Then we started talking about biscuits and karaoke songs.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
It's a Thursday, and it's a Thursday at the end of March.
So do we want to scratch the surface on this one and then maybe do it more in depth
next week? Well, I mean, my biggest one is really obvious, and it's what got me thinking about this. It was the player that was signed away yesterday. You do realize that the Baltimore Ravens don't really have a player on that roster that can rush a passer. From the outside.
Do they not still have Tyus Bowser?
Oh, he's gone.
Is he?
They still have Odafe Owa, which is what I thought you were going to say.
There you go.
And my answer was going to be, I said what I said.
Hadn't panned out the way you wanted him to. Roquan Smith.
Yeah, but he's on the inside.
Yeah, that's true. He's an inside linebacker.
I mean, oddly enough, I look at the two teams that were in the AFC Championship game last year as having the biggest remaining holes.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs at left tackle. What exactly are you planning on doing on that side? Because that's going to be a problem. When Jawan Taylor is the better of your two tackles, I never thought I would go, you should call Donovan Smith, because I don't think he's doing anything, and he's better than what you got.
Draft Tyler Guyton.
I don't think he'll be there.
At the end of the first round? Okay.
I don't think he'll be there. He might be.
Mm-hmm.
But even he's raw. Now you're going to put him on the left side protecting Pat Mahomes? That kind of feels like putting a Fabergé egg on a shelf in a double wide. It just doesn't I just feel like a lot of bad things could happen here, and then all you have is pieces of something that used to be real pretty.
Okay. Okay, so left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, pass rusher for the Baltimore Ravens.
I mean, do you see one worse than those two? Running back for the Dallas Cowboys.
A wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers.
I said contender.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, if we're going into holes, the New York Giants.
All of it.
The roster.
It's just a giant black hole. Contenders. Yeah, no, not really.
Pass rusher for the Rams was pretty high. I mean, because with no Aaron Donald, I just look at that defense and go, I'm not scared of any of this. And I like that you brought in Tre'Davious White. I like that you brought in
but are they a contender?
In the NFC, I'm not writing anybody off. In the NFC, I'm looking at every team in that conference that's not the New York Giants and not the Minnesota Vikings going, I've seen weirder things happen. I'm not sure there's a team in the AFC outside of the New England Patriots that wouldn't make the playoffs in the NFC.
Denver Broncos. You think the Denver Broncos would be a top 7 team in the NFC?
No.
Okay, thank you.
It's closer than you want it to be.
I mean, that's the only other one I have. So, I'll give you 2 in the AFC.
I'm getting worried about those two too, because Baltimore might wind up with Jared Verse or Leatu Latu. I've seen those names mocked to them a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm just not sure you're gonna get out of that what it is you think you're gonna get out of that. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Jermaine Johnson. And yes, I do. I'm not helmet scouting here. These two, one of them was recruited to replace the other.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of play in the same fashion. Think about the game you see from Jermaine Johnson. You want to stand that up?
No.
I don't want to stand Jared Verse up either. I feel like you're taking away the thing that he does so well, and you're just looking at the fact that he's a pass rusher. I don't think that's really his game. Now, you want to play him in nickel spots? Okay. But what are you going to do on the first 2 downs? When you're in base personnel, what are you going to do? There aren't a lot of guys that can stand up in that position that are just sitting out there waiting for you to replace. Kansas City's the same thing. There are not a lot of guys that are going to play left tackle. That's why I look at Kansas City and go, am I out of my mind to think that they could trade up? Because I keep seeing Ola Fashanu fall down, and how far does that happen before Andy Reid goes, I can fix this? Come on down. The Raiders at 13. No, the Raiders wouldn't do it. They're the same division. Colts. Colts at 15.
Mm-hmm.
Who, yes, they need a corner, but you get into this point where a lot of the corners are kind of the same. And if Quinyon Mitchell's not there, I'll move down and let you come up here and get Fashanu.
Yeah. Feels like a long way to move up, though.
It is, but it's once you get out of the top 10, it's not as drastic as you think.
32 to 15, what would that cost you?
Second rounder. Plus
like a third round pick next year?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. You really only...
I mean, if I'm Kansas City, I would definitely do that deal.
You only pay top dollar to get into the top 10. Like, if it was the Jets would do it for a 1 and 2 twos.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt of that. Now, whether Kansas City would do that or not, that's not really their MO. But you've kind of boxed yourself into a corner here. And that scares me to death.
Mm-hmm.
The AFC's so competitive. And look, I'm not trying to doubt the Chiefs. I think we learned last year that's a fool's errand.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But of all the positions that you're not going to have something sewn up with, that's a bad one to not have anything.
Are they the ones that takes the flyer on Mekhi Becton?
I hope not. For Pat Mahomes' sake, I hope not. I mean, he was pretty healthy last year. He was just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Just purely awful. And I get that you've got good guards. You've got a really good center. That will prop up a guy on the left side, but I don't see that being the solution. That just has something bad written all over it.
Yep.
And those two would make me so nervous. Just looking around the AFC at how many teams are going to be better than they were last year. I mean, look, I know neither one of us like Russell Wilson, neither one of us like Justin Fields, but the Steelers are going to be better than they were last year.
Yes.
I don't think either one of those two can be worse than Kenny Pickett was.
I would agree.
The Browns are going to be as good, if not better. The Bengals are going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans are better. Mm-hmm. The Colts, in theory, should be because you're getting back your franchise quarterback. The Houston Texans are going to be a year older, which means to me they'll be better. Jacksonville spent a lot of money. I don't know if they're going to be better per se, but they're going to be different.
Mm-hmm. I would say Dallas with a tackle.
I think that's going to be Tyler Smith. I'm more worried about on the inside.
Okay.
Because if Smith's not going to guard, which was originally their plan, and then he played really well at tackle. By the way, that's one of those picks that people never, ever go, hey, we missed that. We did. We all did. I mean, I was high on him, but that's a guard. That's a high-level right tackle. Tyler Smith was kind of in that same boat as Talise Fuaga, which is why I keep going, yeah, I don't see him as a left tackle, but, we'll put a man on the moon. I've seen weirder things happen.
Right. And then I would say an interior offensive line for San Francisco.
San Francisco's whole line not named Trent Williams scares me to death. Scared me last year, scares me to death this year.
Mm-hmm. I think those are the biggest holes in the NFC to me, as far as contending teams go.
I would largely agree.
Yeah, because I think the other two teams at the top of that conference, Philadelphia and Detroit, pretty solid everywhere. Need some guys to step up, but pretty solid.
And we'll dig into that next week because next week, it really begins. Because next week, on Monday, we will officially be inside of a month to the 2024 NFL Draft. It's actually 4 weeks from today.
Wow. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. When we come back from the break, Jeremy will have his parlay of the night. Put 5 on it.
Doug Gottlieb here. March is here. That means Chick Days, planting your garden, and college basketball. Just like in basketball, every team needs its MVP. When it comes to team members who go above and beyond, Tractor Supply has the winning lineup. Our home team at Tractor Supply is excited to support your hometown. We're proud to be part of the excitement of college basketball tournament season, and our home team looks forward to serving your hometown. because every day is game day at Tractor Supply.
When we think about our health, we usually think about exercising and eating healthier, but don't forget that part of your overall health is your dental health. And y'all, if it's been 6 months or longer since your last visit, you need to get in to see the dentist. And Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, they offer general family dentistry as well as Invisalign orthodontics, Botox, fillers, sleep apnea screenings, and more. Dr. Merrill and the staff at Asheville Smiles, they're taking new patients, so get your smile back on track. World-class dental care with a hometown feel, AshevilleSmiles.com.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it'll take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 10 million people without destroying your credit. They can reduce your interest rates, lower your total payments up to 50% to get you out of debt fast. For a free consultation, call Consolidated Credit now. The program works.
Call 800-988-0848. 800-988-0848. 800-988-0848.
Consolidated Credit Solutions Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33313. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Kansas CSO 0019051. Maryland DM 1492. Oregon DM 892. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation Commission, license number DC83. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debt may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action. Actual interest rates, length of program, and monthly payment reductions will vary by consumer and creditor. Yours could be higher or lower. Not a loan company. We do not lend money.
Hey, baseball fans, did you know that Fubo has the most MLB games you can get without cable? That's right. Only Fubo has the broadcast networks and regional networks you need to watch your home team all year long. Out of market? Don't worry. Fubo has MLB TV too. Watch on all your devices, at home and on the go. Baseball season is finally here. Get Fubo today. Start streaming FuboTV.com. That's FuboTV.com.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch. We're back counting down to kickoff. Let's look at today's 3 keys to premium pre-gaming with Beast Unleashed, presented by Monster Brewing. Number 1, beat the heat.
Unleash the beast with bold, familiar flavors, 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Number 2, running the option.
There's 4 to choose from: White Haze, Peach Perfect, Scary Berries, and my personal favorite, Mean Green.
And number 3, at 6% ABV, Max Protect.
Always drink responsibly, and you must be 21 or over.
Beast Unleashed, available at your local retailer.
You know, sometimes the best advice when it comes to wagering is just don't overthink it. Keep it simple, stupid. Tonight, you get, I think, 3 of the toughest teams in all of college basketball that remain. None of them play each other, which is a pretty good indicator that you know where I'm headed. Arizona, 7-point favorite against Clemson. That should never be close because they have no answer to Caleb Love. UConn, minus the 12 against San Diego State. It's cute that this is the rematch from last year's national title game, and it won't go as well as it did last year because UConn's better and San Diego State's worse. UConn, minus the 12. I'm taking North Carolina in the money line and under the 173.5. You parlay those all together, put 5 on it. That's plus 980. That will pay $54.01. And I'm not going to say it's can't miss because nothing's can't miss. If you want to go money lines, you make a little less, but I feel way better about that. Only one that really scares me, Carolina, if they don't defend tonight and they try to run with Alabama, they will lose. So you do have to be careful with the Tar Heels. But you can take all those wagers to DraftKings Sportsbook because it's legal here in the state of North Carolina, and you can do it all from the privacy of your mobile phone. DraftKings Sportsbook, for a limited time, new customers who sign up with our promo code WPEK, bet $5, you'll receive $250 instantly in bonus bets. Whether you prefer playing player props, whether you want to take the Tar Heels tonight, or Arizona, or any of the favorites, or maybe you want to ride that dog, Clemson, who knows? Never know. You can do it all with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now using code WPEK and bet $5 to get $250 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code WPEK. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only, new customers only. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit wagering and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook/NC.
It is the Sportsocracy, and that'll do it for us this week. We will be off tomorrow. We will be rejoining you on Monday. We'll have all the, the recaps of the weekend news in the NFL. Plus, Flostradamus will probably have a mock draft that he's ready to unleash. It's going to get all hot and heavy into the draft in the season starting next week here in the Sportsocracy. We'll be right back here on ESPN Asheville. We'll see you then.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Absolutely great weather coming over the next few days. Each day getting warmer right into early next week. Upper 50s today, sunshine this afternoon with a gusty breeze. Tonight breezy and chilly 35. Friday morning some areas of frost, then sunshine and quite breezy at times 65. Saturday warmer, sunny 75. Sunday warmer, Easter Sunday sunny 78. And Monday, partly sunny and warmer, 80.
This report is sponsored by Juicy Juice. No matter what the day brings, count on Juicy Juice for the good stuff. Give kids the nutrients of real 100% fruit juice to help them conquer the day with no sugar added and no artificial sweeteners. Find Juicy Juice at your favorite local grocery retailer. Info at juicyjuice.com.
Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert?